How's it going? I think Dali's like, Dali, what are you looking at?
My other monitor.
Oh, okay. Well, you're looking over there. Like the audience is there.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. I'm looking at my new art.
You're looking at your new art.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hola. Hello. Oh, look, everybody's here. Half Irish is here. Bronze is here. Greedy Bloke is here. Fed is here. The lateness seems peculiar and abnormal in its sexuality. Indeed.
Thank you.
It's quite festive, which is perfect for the festive season. Look, be sure to allow gifts, everybody, if you're in my chat, because there may be some gifts getting about today. It's still that time of year. Hey, Veal.
Hello.
Oh, hello. You're a bit low today. Your voice is a little low.
Oh, is it a little low?
It's a little low. You want to turn it up a little bit?
Okay.
Oh, that's better. Today is a very special day. Nice Becky moves. Oh, you like Becky? Down on the bottom there? Young is here. Hello. Today is a very, very special day. I think David will direct people here. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Yay. Okay.
Legend.
We have been waiting for this moment for some time now. And if you can bring up 2 tabs, please bring up 2 tabs because Dali and I are
dual streaming.
We haven't done this for a while, but we're going to give it a shot today because David's just a bit slow at ending the stream. It's really over. Is it over? Because I didn't even think the arraignment had happened.
No, but he has to go prep for his stream later, I think.
That makes sense. It was a little bit of a what do you mean? What happens, when something doesn't happen when you expect it to? Anticlimax.
Ah, yes.
That's it.
It just didn't happen. Noise.
Yeah, sometimes these things don't happen. So do you want to show everybody what that is behind you?
Somebody sent me a Jody. I don't know if it was David or it was sent through him. I don't know if he did it or but yeah, I have my own Jody now.
Let's show everybody.
You got a different part of Jody.
I do. I have her back.
You have a different. Ooh, you have her back. Very nice. Very nice.
Do you know what you can get to from there? What was on the card today?
Oh, very nice of Jody. As
it was painted by Jody. Well, it's a copy, but it was painted by Jody Arias.
Very nice. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to get started anyway. So for those who don't know what this stream is about, the Becky saga is ongoing. If you thought, I think Becky thought that the trial of the century was going to be Alex Murdaugh, and that was what was going to be the big show. Well, whatever was she wrong? Because a year later, and yes, it is a year later, because the Alex Murdaugh trial was in January?
End of January.
End of January. We're coming up to the 1-year anniversary of the Alex Murdaugh trial. And a year later, guess what we're talking about? Not so much Alex Murdaugh.
No.
Beckyboo. And you'll see that the emails that we're going to be dramatically reading over the next, I think we've got about a month's worth at least of these dramatic readings to do. They actually are from January.
Yes.
It's January, isn't it? We start with January?
Last January.
Might even be a little, it's starting January 2023. Yeah. And we're going to be.
Emails actually some of them were a little before. They aren't in order, but they were from November.
Yes.
Getting set up for the trial.
Quite amazing that we are now looking at her correspondence, and we're going to be looking at the controversy around her, not Alex Murdaugh. So she becomes the person in the limelight. Maybe that's what she wanted. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be the person that's on the defendant's side of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's looking that way. Now we have some news. Yeah, wow, her son. Yes. Tupac. What? Oh, two-pack realness. I thought that said two-pack
Thank you, Mads.
two-pack like risen from the dead or something like that.
I mean, he has released like 20 records since he was
Oh,
killed.
my realness here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Realness. Yes,
So
indeed.
Tupac not really dead.
Now, breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. Now, those who've been following the Becky saga would be aware of her co-writer. Her co-writer is Neil Gordon. Now, Neil Gordon seemed like someone very supportive of Becky, someone who was like, Becky would never tell a lie. Yeah, besties with Becky, and all they wanted was just to tell the story of what was going on behind the doors of justice. And they never really cared about the money. They actually put money up to publish this book. They put money out of their own pocket to publish this book. And when Becky's name was put out there and sullied by the likes of Poon and was it Dick and Poon? Yeah. When that happened, when her good name was sullied, he got on the TV stations and said Becky was so lovely and everyone should buy the book. Of course, you should buy the book. Right. Now, he's been defending Becky all the way up until yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
And
now
he got in the bus.
Yes.
Ran her over. And
he did.
Went in reverse and ran her over again. Under that bus.
Yeah. So that's the breaking news, everybody. How fun. Right. So let's see what's happened. Because since all of these emails have been put out in the public, thanks to God bless America and its Freedom of Information Act,
right?
Which we don't really have that here in Australia. I love it. Right. I love
everything
the Freedom
from
of
emails
Information
to
Act.
pics.
Everything from emails to peen pics. Yeah, exactly. So thanks to
peen
pics.
Peen pics.
Yeah. Peen pics indeed.
I'm like,
yes.
Please don't tell
thanks
me
to
you got
that.
pics from this.
Yeah, I don't look up anything weird like feet.
No,
That's
you
gross.
don't. And the good folks, actually, folks at Fitz News, who requested all of her emails all the way back to December 2022. Since that, Mr. Neil Gordon has decided that maybe Becky hasn't acted with the best integrity. So let's see what's happened. Thanks to our friend Ben over on Twitter, let's have a look at what has been said. So we will go out of this mode and into, let's just have a look at our lovely layout that we have. Where is it? Becky Mail. We have Becky Mail. But this is before Becky Mail. We'll just get into this bit. Maybe Becky will look good in orange. Let's see. All right, this is our friend Ben over. Orange is the new black. This is our friend Ben over on the Twits, and we love Ben. Ben is always first with the scoop. So journalism has been his life's work. He's talking about Neil Gordon now. Yeah. Journalism has been his life's work, but he didn't think to check for plagiarism. Plagiarism. Now, this is Neil's reasoning for ditching Becky. Plagiarism. He didn't check to think for plagiarism until after jury tampering claims, after the ethical complaints, after defending her left and right. It wasn't until after the public saw emails where Becky said Neil wasn't listening to her and talking to media without her. Right. So he saw the emails and he was like, I'm not happy about this. Dali, would you like to read the press release that Mr. Neil Gordon has put out?
For immediate release. Behind the Doors of Justice ceases publication amid plagiarism revelations.
Hello. How are you, Andrew?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Behind the Doors of Justice have made the difficult decision to unpublish the book and cease sales after revelations. Co-author Becky Hill plagiarized a portion of the book without co-author's Neil Gordon's knowledge. Gordon discovered the ethical gaffe while reviewing thousands of pages of Hill's emails released to reporters through the Freedom of Information Act. Gordon came across an email exchange between Hill. Oh, Merry Christmas, Bronca.
Merry Christmas, Bronca.
Between Hill, the Colleton County clerk, and a BBC reporter. You scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
Yours.
I'm like, okay, yep.
And a BBC reporter in which the reporter shared a long excerpt from an upcoming article about the Alex Murdaugh trial. It was on page 1644 to 1648 when
Very
Gordon
specific.
compared the article's text to a 12-page book passage in the preface, supposedly written by Hill. He realized she'd lifted the article's text and made it her own. Becky. Naughty girl. When I confronted Becky about this, she admitted she plagiarized the passage due to deadline pressures.
Hang on.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm sure Becky likes the BBC.
I mean, her lawyer is of a certain persuasion.
And she was quite keen on Judge Newman.
She did
I
like
gotta
the judge.
say, she liked the judge a lot.
Yeah.
Very much so. Keep going. All right. So where are you up to? I got completely distracted.
When I confronted Becky about this, she admitted she plagiarized the passage due to deadline pressures, said Gordon. As a veteran journalist myself, I cannot excuse her behavior, nor can I condone it. Gordon immediately notified the BBC reporter about Hill's actions, and he's been told the media outlets' attorneys are investigating. You scroll down.
I bet they are.
Sorry.
worry.
I'm still completely so put off by that.
This has blindsided me, said Gordon. Journalism has been my life's work. My credibility and integrity are paramount to everything I do. I can't be associated with anything like plagiarism. Who am I, the president of the United States or president of Harvard? And will no longer partner with Becky Hill on any projects. I'd like to apologize to our readers and publicly to the BBC. And the reporter.
The irony of like just a month ago or 2 months ago, whatever, like being all big swinging dong, thinking that they're all, you know, kosher and everything's all good, and now the BBC has shown up.
The BBC has shown up.
And bent me over.
And bent you over as well. Oh my god. Okay, so we need to change to this one. Because now is the moment, guys, when we get into the actual emails. And get ready. Strap yourselves in.
Well, so Becky got a passage that she used in her book by accident from a BBC reporter, Holly Hendrick. And hello, Becky. I can't do a British accent. I hope you are well. Hello, Becky. Please disregard and delete the last email I sent you. I have an editor named Rebecca, and I confused the addresses when I sent it. I will touch base tomorrow about a chat this week. Thank you. Holly, I will do that, but what a well-written article. Really good.
Hey, Christine.
And so she told her she'd delete it. And no, she didn't. I mean, seriously, Becky.
Franco, I sent you a link on Twitter if you really want.
It's kind of interesting.
You don't, no pressure though. It's all good.
So it's kind of interesting.
Hey, Christine.
All the preparations they went in. Like all these
Good to have you, Irish.
All these media companies were writing to her, and she's, you know, giving out passes to them, and you know, a couple of them are like giving her gift cards to a steakhouse.
As you do.
As you do. You know, she's really, you can tell she's really enjoying some of what she's doing.
She is super excited for the trial of the century.
Oh, this
is what's happening, right? Like, she is like all giddy and girly over it. Like, you can imagine, like, her life is probably pretty boring,
Oh yeah, it's South
leading
Carolina.
up to this. Yeah. It's bake sales and crochet circles and things like that leading up to this.
Yeah.
But she's also like pretty well respected. Like she's an elected official. She's got a good job. But it's still a pretty boring life, I would think. Like the actual day-to-day grind of it is she goes into work and her job is to make sure that jurors get lunch and they can get Ubers back and forth to places and stuff like that. So pretty much like it would probably seem like a glamorous thing, but it would be kind of boring.
Don't forget the threatening jurors and withholding them from smoking and
Of course.
all that stuff too.
Look.
Don't forget about that.
Well, I mean that's nasty.
That's the exciting part of the job.
That's that's Butch Becky. Yeah, that's you know, that's where she gets to wield her power.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep going.
That's where the rocks get off.
So I'm just trying to find.
Has power, but the lowest rung of ladder in the courtroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These are just like the media pool just begging for a seat in the courthouse, or trying to get cameras access. It's kind of boring, that part. So I'm just trying to. Hey Brown, is it too late in the day to talk, or would in the morning work better?
Keep going.
What can Brown
Sorry,
do?
guys.
That's all right. This is the good thing about this. We can just flick through the stuff we don't want to read and we can get to the juicy parts. So what do we got? I wake up all what?
Odd hours of the morning to do work, especially responding to emails. It's the nature of the beast at the moment.
Oh, it's the nature of the beast.
Thank you for reaching out. I would like to see what you have to offer for rent, both for the public and possible courthouse use. I will be working all day at the courthouse and available to meet you at the firm if you are available and have time. Just let me know a date and time.
Becky looks like she's on the panel. Interestingly, Dali, go into Twitter and look at Dali's replies.
Yes.
Dali's been having a chitty chat with Beckyboo on Twitter this afternoon, whatever it is your time.
Yeah.
He's been asking her all sorts of questions, like how's book sales been? And she said it's been selling more than the Bible.
Oh, you're sure?
It was so funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Hello. And who do we have here? Do we have Mr. Andrew Bronca?
Hey guys, can you hear
Bronca
me okay?
in the house. How are you?
Sorry, I really don't have much value to add because I haven't been following
right.
closely. But your phone does this thing where it pings you when your friends on YouTube are streaming live, and I had a couple jokes. That's all. But thank you very much.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Is the dong jokes?
Yeah.
Lovely to have you here. Merry Christmas. Did you have a good one?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I bet it was. Hang on, what's all that stuff there, Dali?
This is the jury. This is before jury selection. They're going. The Colleton County Courthouse's Clerk of Court, Rebecca H. Hill, states that the courthouse will be open for business. They've planned an entryway for the general public. Parking will be available.
So for folks who don't know, at least in America, no one should know who the clerk court is. We shouldn't know this woman exists.
Yes, exactly. And you were saying this the other day on Twitter because I mentioned you and a few other esteemed colleagues of yours and asked you what the hell is going on, just with a little bit of one of her emails. And would you like to let everybody know in chat who's watching what your response was?
I mean, it's just bizarre from my perspective. It's like if I don't know, like you ever get on a plane and like a commercial flight and they're still vacuuming? It's like the person running the vacuum you suddenly discover has some substantive role in flying the aircraft. Like, no, that's not how it works. This woman doesn't control anything. She's an administrative assistant, basically, for the judge. No one should know she exists. But I've actually never heard of a court clerk writing a book before like this. It's outrageous, and unfortunately, it ties into with all the other kind of this foul fragrance of lack of due process that's cloaked this trial from beginning to end. And again, it feels terrible. You always have to say this disclaimer. Alex Murdaugh is a terrible human being. He probably deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison, but not necessarily for this, for what he was convicted for. And we're all entitled to due process of law. And if we deny due process to the worst of us, we're denying it to the best of us, because we can only expect that same level of due process ourselves. And it's like this county in South Carolina, right? Or North Carolina?
South Carolina.
Yep.
It's just so corrupt from top to bottom. Everything from SLED all the way down to the county clerk, who's probably the least important official in the entire county. Everybody is just out of their minds.
And I bet she's just loving that all these people, like your good self, are saying how unimportant she is.
It's like, so here in America, we have a thing called HOAs, homeowner associations, and they tend to be a bunch of Karens who just like bossing people around. It's like people they've never had a scintilla of authority in their entire lives, and suddenly they have the equivalent of like a fake police badge, like a sticker police badge your kids would get on 4th of July when the cops are in the town square, and suddenly they're like the boss of you. I mean, that's what this woman is acting like. No one ever knew she existed, except for Judge Newman, who called her Beckyboo, I guess. But and suddenly she's like on the national stage, and it drives people. There are people whose minds are particularly susceptible to this kind of sudden attention, adoration. They just suck it up, and it's what everyone imagines. Like if anyone ever imagines, if I had been born in the 1500s, I'd be a king or I'd be a queen. And of course, 99.99% of them, everyone was a serf, right? I mean, that's what everyone's job was.
Exactly.
But they imagine in their heads. Can you imagine the Harlequin romance novel collection that this Beckyboo must own? I mean, she imagines that she's going to be the bodice-wearing gal with the bare-chested man on the cover of that book.
Well, she thinks she's like the Danielle Steele or whatever it is, like the author, like she had it in her head right from the beginning. I'm sure that she's going to be this famous author who writes this book. And
finally, the world will know how awesome she is.
Yes,
She got that evil Murdaugh convicted.
Yes, exactly. She got that evil Murdaugh convicted.
And she may have. And right?
She might have.
Talk to the jury.
It's actually true. Like, but no one could ever know that. Or could they? Like, did it matter?
Yeah.
She, in her mind, I wonder whether in her mind it really clicked that it made any difference that she had any say in this. Like, was it that bad? Because he did it anyway. Like, he's guilty anyway. So does it really
she's
matter?
Utterly convinced. She doesn't think she's done anything wrong. In her head, obviously he's guilty, and therefore, but that's how miscarriages of justice always happen.
Exactly. So a little old me, how could me talking to them in any way and saying anything about how his body language is or all that sort of thing, how could I make any difference? It doesn't matter. He's guilty anyway.
But also, here's my book.
It doesn't matter. He's guilty anyway.
Yeah, this was just a setup so she could write her dusty romance novels with, what is it, Fabio on the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like Hyacinth. Oh my God, man, she's just like Hyacinth. You're absolutely right. If anyone's ever seen Keeping Up Appearances, she's just like that. Absolutely. What's this? You put a broken crown on her bobblehead. Oh, I should do that. I should do that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Where's David? David should come in to chat. I think actually though David should come on panel, but maybe he's got a stream coming up. Oh, by the way, go back to that logo. That's the most ridiculously large logo I've ever seen in my life.
Right. Good Lord.
Good Lord. It's so big.
It's
bigger than the BBC.
That's what she said.
Imagine printing out this email every time. Like how much toner
I
it
know.
uses.
How much ink it would use?
Everyone's just like,
Look,
God damn it.
I'm a graphic designer, and I find that offensive.
Oh, she's very excited. I just talked with Nancy Grace's producer, and she's
Here we go.
requested
Nancy
2
Grace
seats.
one.
Monday,
Let's do the
Tuesday, and
Nancy Grace
Wednesday.
one.
Could you please add them to the reserved seat list? And then
Ooh.
Becky replies, Nancy Grace is coming.
No, it's Nancy
Look
Grace.
at all the
is
attention
coming.
she's getting. Look at the circles she's moving through now. That's
I
what's
know.
going on in her head.
Yeah, exactly. The notoriety, the social status.
Imagine when she's in that hair salon getting her hair done up under the big giant blow dryer thing, whatever that's called. And
Bouffant
she's
hair.
telling all her girlfriends about, oh yeah, Nancy Grace and I we were talking. Yeah.
We look exactly the same.
Yeah. We're both important.
We're both worth the same.
Trying to find the next one. Oh, this is great. So Nancy Grace emails her, I heard you had COVID. I'm sorry. Our whole family got it really badly before they had the vaccine out. Please feel better. I've been praying you are on the road to recovery. A nurse named Barbie has texted me. She sat beside me a few days in court, and she ate supper with us that night at Carmine's. This is Nancy Grace to Beckyboo. She started trying to get a seat in the courtroom tomorrow. I have no idea how to do that, but she asked me to try. I hope you are not working or reading emails, but if you are, can she go? Get well. I hope to see you at the close. Your fan, in G.
Oh wow.
So this
And
is
then-
all fundamentally influence peddling, right?
Yes.
So she has
Yeah.
influence. She has the ability to control things that are happening in the courtroom, and she's allowing herself to be influenced in those decisions by these media personalities.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
horrible.
It is. It's shocking. But she's so happy.
Nurse Barbie.
It's like she's so like. And so what's the date on this?
This was 16th of February.
Hmm.
So
So
this
it's
is
in the
like
middle of it.
3 weeks in.
Look at the signature
Ah.
on her response though.
Oh, yeah.
XOXOXO Becca.
And then,
Boo.
Beckyboo.
She responds to Nancy Grace. Hello, sweet Nancy Grace. I do have the awful COVID and all of its horrible symptoms. I am hoping to be cured by this long weekend and back at it by Tuesday. I know Nurse Barbara and I will make sure that she has a clearance to get in tomorrow. I hope that you are still watching because today's evidence has been phenomenal in my opinion. And off the record, we have a wonderful jury. Take care of you and those children and hubby and mom and hope to see you soon. XOXOXO Beckyboo.
Stray. Sorry, I have to welcome
Becca
Stray.
Boo.
Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
So
Okay, someone said this on Twitter. What self-respecting professional signs off their emails Beckyboo XOXOXO?
It's all
Who?
about her emotional state. That's
Yeah.
why that's in there.
It goes to her emotional.
It's not professional at all.
No.
It's about her personal emotional state.
I would never
Do you
sign
think
off an
that, or
email
do
like
you think
that.
it's her trying to like cozy up to Nancy Grace?
Same
It's
difference.
both. Yeah. the
Same
thing.
diff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I suppose so. Like trying to be buddy with her.
Yeah, she's being kind of ridiculously hyper friendly with this much
Hyper.
higher status person than her, so she can be part of that club, right? Be treated like part of that club.
Sweet Nancy Grace, that COVID messed with her taste buds. XOXO. Yeah, that's shocking. Also, by the way, I'm an Australian and I've only ever seen little bits of Nancy Grace, and she
I
just
hope you
makes
didn't
me
see
want to
little bits of
vomit.
Nancy Grace.
We have
She's just
similar
a
sort
low
of,
level
right-
personality, TV personality here in America.
Is she though? But she's she has a big following, doesn't she? Isn't she kind of like Tucker Carlson?
No.
No.
No,
Not
No,
that
she's not the same
no.
level.
No.
No.
Okay.
no.
Okay,
Tucker
right.
Carlson
Sorry.
is like the
Nobody
no,
knows who Nancy Grace is unless they're into legal stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
so she's not.
She's on court
that
TV.
kind of
Like
level
I
of-
think that's it. Yeah, nobody knows who
Oh,
she
is that it? Okay,
Yeah.
right. No, but she's on Dr. Phil, isn't she?
I don't know. I don't
She
watch
is.
Dr.
I
Phil.
don't, I don't. You're mostly talking, I think, to people on this panel who don't watch Nancy Gray or Dr. Phil's, or we only know
Okay,
them
so-
by like reputation. So
Yeah.
So she thinks she is, but she's not. Okay, no, fair
Yeah.
enough. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the hierarchy of these people
Yeah,
are. All
of
I know
course.
is that they just like completely biased and really annoying. So yeah, her voice is grating. It's shocking. Oh my god!
And by the way, none of this would really bother me if Beckyboo had not, in fact, spoken with the jury while they were
100%.
deliberating, while the trial was going on. If she, then
100%.
she's just like a zany old aunt who's doing kind of crazy stuff and whatever. It didn't influence any part of the due process. But when she's talking to the jury and telling them what to pay attention to and what to weight and what to value in terms of evidence and testimony and what they should ignore and whether or not they're being played by the defense. Sorry, that is not due process of law. Nobody would want that being done to themselves or someone they cared about if that was a defendant in a criminal trial.
Is it the Home Shopping Network?
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, nah, buddy. It would not matter. In fact, I even have an emoji for that. Just a sec. Where is it?
Can you let me know why we are now getting 40 meals? And this is somebody to Becky. About the funding, I guess. My limited understanding is that we need to feed those who are not allowed to leave the courthouse, like the jurors, the alternates, the defendant, the judge, but I cannot come back to 40. So this whole rant she does. Dear Honorable Justice Beatty, I came to you writing for support and explanation to my county finance and administration for the feeding and funding of 40 people in our courthouse for the Murdaugh trial. I received this email from our finance manager. At every turn, I've experienced questions on why I am doing things as a clerk of court. It's very petty, in my opinion, that I have to be questioned for things regarding trial expenses for which I have a budget for. Yes, this apparently has been termed the trial of the century. It is being watched worldwide on television, YouTube, internet, podcasts, etc.
Look how important I am.
We in Colleton County certainly did not ask for any of this, but here we are trying our best to do what is necessary and accommodate the small circle that is involved in the courtroom. We have a limited amount of time when Judge Newman says break, and we are adjourned for an hour and 15 minutes. I am responsible for feeding 18 jurors, 2 bailiffs who watch over the jury.
What is she then, Mom?
Yeah. Judge Newman, his wife. Wait, Judge Newman, his wife? Judge Newman's wife?
His wife.
She was
Okay.
hanging
He's
up there,
married?
apparently. That's interesting.
Well, she has to feed the wife?
I guess.
Apparently.
Okay.
His
Is that
law
normal?
clerk, his law enforcement detail, my 3 staff in the courtroom, me, my 2 court reporters, a media attorney who is here requested by the judge, 4
Why
law
are we
enforcement.
paying the court reporters lunches? Isn't that just a normal job? Do they normally get their lunches paid for? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Don't know.
Most
do they?
juries don't even get their lunches paid for or brought
Yeah,
in.
they
I
have
get
to
a
go
shitty
buy it at the
sandwich. I get a
cafeteria.
$2
Do you
sandwich.
remember the Borowski Edgecombe trial?
Oh, yeah.
Remember him saying, "Do not eat at the cafeteria. You take your life into your own hands."
He
4
was
law
great.
enforcement who are security in the courtroom, the defendant and his 2 guards, court administration staff who is here, and an IT specialist who's been contracted in for the trial. This kind of trial and its process is large and, quite frankly, a new experience for us on this scale. I am doing my best. I know how in taking care and spending the taxpayer dollars in the use of my budget to the best of my knowledge.
We've never before had an opportunity for lunch graft like we have now.
And we're getting
If someone-
Fazoli's.
If someone else would like to come in and take over, they are welcome to. I will hand over the accounts, the whole trial, the decision-making process that comes with it, the complaints from the public, the media, my own county, who I feel pretty unsupported by, many of my staff, and I will gladly take a backseat while someone with a much brighter mind takes the reins.
By the way, this is a court clerk writing to a judge. Okay? They're not on the same level. These are not peers talking to each other. She's the janitor. He's the judge. And she's throwing shade at him. How she still has a job is beyond me, because most of the judges I've appeared before, if you spoke to them like that, you are done.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. Like, really, he's your honor. Like, I don't know if you refer to the judges as your honor, and even you don't even refer to your honor as their
This is
name.
contemptuous.
a lot
If
of
they
the
were
time. It's just
married,
Your Honor
this
always.
is a woman who's about to divorce her husband, right?
Yeah.
His tone of voice.
Oh my
It is, isn't it? Keep going.
And she goes on. We have been planning for this whole trial process for 4 months. I was even tasked with searching for a hotel in the event attorneys and judges would sequester the jury. I went to each hotel in my county and talked with the management, looked at rooms, saw each room with my own eyes, smelled for cleanliness, and talked about pricing in case of sequestration. It came to one hotel, the Microtel Inn, and their management even was willing to block the entire 67 rooms all of December and much of January until we found out 3 days before trial that there would be no sequestration. The manager of Microtel was extremely disappointed, of course, even though we talked all along about the process and the possibility of a sequestration not happening. However, we felt...
Sorry, can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Of course he was upset. He missed out on all the fees.
Yeah.
This is not about any other kind of, like, him missing out on, or him being put out, like, that, you know, there was some sort of problem with his staff or anything like that. It was, and he shouldn't have any feeling about it. This is stupid.
It is the lost fees. I mean, I get it. You're running a business. You're hoping for more fees. That's reasonable. If he has any other feelings about it, why would those be appropriate?
They're not. It's not appropriate for there to be any comment about it whatsoever. This is stupid. Keep going.
However, we felt strongly all along that it would happen. Alas, it did not. The Microtel has submitted a request to me of an amount to be paid to them for losing out on 6 weeks of room that could have been rented, that I need to submit to my county finance department and administration. It is an amount.
They're going to pay for rooms that were not used. Rent. I can't read the words in the letter; they're too small for me. But is she saying she's submitting?
For 1 night,
the rooms that were not used because the jury was not sequestered
for just 1 night. But yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she got a kickback. She got some kind of comp from the Microtel guy. He said, listen, when your families come for Thanksgiving, we'll provide them all with rooms. And then when sequestration didn't happen, he's like, hey, Beckyboo, that deal's not going to work out. And she said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you comp for 1 night of all those jurors. That's what happened.
You are so right. Oh, my God.
That's why you have me on these shows.
Yeah, no, it's not because of the BBC. Actually, sorry, no, you're white.
She's long suffering.
It is an amount for 1 night's rent of all the rooms, which I feel is only right, but we can address that later. Currently, I'm disappointed that I have to deal with an explanation of 40 lunches for my courtroom personnel. And one more thing, if I may. Judge Newman granted a motion yesterday and filed an order granting the evidence of other crimes of the defendant to be introduced into this trial. So that means our trial here will be extended to a further date. I'm going to be ordering lunches for quite a while longer. I'm reaching out for support and help in this current situation I find myself in.
Reaching out?
She was like the Oprah Winfrey of that courthouse. She was like, you get a free lunch, and you get a free lunch, and you get a free lunch. Everybody gets a free lunch. And then when she was questioned on it, she was like, oh, crap, I can't go back to those people and tell them they're not getting that free Arby's.
Yeah. I'm reaching out for support and help in this current situation I find myself in. Please advise your loyal and ever-learning clerk in Colleton County. Oh, my God. She is so on this. Oh, and she got the badge for the Holly Hendrick of the BBC, the woman she plagiarized.
She's always thinking about BBC.
She is. Well,
did you know the judge was black? I've never seen that before.
I read that 40 lunches and 40 inches.
Yeah.
Reach around.
She loves it when he says, I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Well, that's a lot, to be honest. Like, he says that quite a lot. Gets a bit boring after a while.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, hey, Becky, I've attached the menu for the lunches on Tuesday. If you would have each person put their name, or in the case of the jury, a number on the order form, I can write it on the box in order for you to hand them out.
This is actually an issue. I really wonder what her behavior was during other trials. I thought no half Irish. I feel like this. I mean, she could have done this during other trials, but I feel like this was her moment. Like,
Yeah, I
this
doubt
was
she had the opportunity in other trials because this is the
Yeah.
highest profile one.
Yeah.
Ever.
No one who's a defendant in a criminal trial should have to worry that the court employees have some kind of personal investment in the outcome of their trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sue's just come in with some news. Turtle Boy has been ordered held without bond. They can hold him up to 90 days.
Hey, can someone
There you
tell
go.
me in 1 minute what Turtle Boy is and why he's in the news? I literally know nothing about this, but he's all
Yeah.
over my Twitter feed. So who
Sure.
is Turtle Boy? What's the
Dali,
issue?
you go. Yeah.
There's this case in Massachusetts, Karen Reed, who I believe the police department is covering up. The unaliving. They're accusing her of unaliving her husband.
Okay.
But in reality, there's a lot of evidence to say it's somebody else.
Okay.
And her husband was in the police department. So basically, this guy is a
He's a YouTuber.
blogger, journalist, YouTuber
Yeah.
who is very eccentric and strongly believes Karen Reed and is going after the police department and
protesting outside people's
protesting.
houses.
Yeah, targeting
Okay.
witnesses in the case.
But he's in
and-
legal trouble. So what are they accusing him of doing that was unlawful?
Intimidating witnesses.
Reportedly unlawful.
intimidated
Oh,
witnesses,
intimidating
and
witnesses. Oh.
recently today, domestic squabble.
Domestic with his own wife?
Yeah, or girlfriend or baby mom.
Or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
They're basically finding anything they can.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That was a great summary. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it was.
Now I have
No
a
worries.
sense of that whole space. that was
Yeah.
awesome.
much.
That's a 10 out
And
of
he
10.
has absolutely tons of what do they call them? Turtle riders? Tortoise
Yeah.
riders?
Well, I just see
something?
there's tons of people on various social media
Yeah.
that are either for or
They-
against him in a very heated way, and I was like, I don't know
Huge.
why everyone's so excited about
Huge.
a guy who calls himself Turtle Boy, but
Yeah. I
whatever.
I know. Yeah.
It's
His real name's Aiden. Cool. Anyway, let's keep going.
So yeah, I'm still just
This is
going
great.
through these. Oh my god. So Becky Hill to somebody at
Jesus.
Gmail. I'm so excited. Oh, this was 27th February of 2023.
This is a government email account, right? This is
Yes.
her
What
official.
is going
Come
on
on.
there?
Let's go
What's she
down
so
here.
excited about?
Okay, so
I'm personally
Sweet.
offended. As someone called excited over it, so I'm personally offended that she's using half my name. What is
hi
that?
Trista. I am feeling so much better, and I love wearing my new t-shirt from you. Thank you so much for thinking of me and gifting me with that. I hope that you will come back soon. We are definitely going to get some stories on you and your business. Hope you are watching. Take care. XOXO.
I'm sorry, was that a bribe? Is she
I mean,
is she accepting gifts in exchange
Oh,
for
yeah.
court
Yeah.
access?
I don't know.
if you read the part above that,
Yeah.
like
I saw you on TV today. You swore the witness on the Bible. It was so cool to see you. I'm glad you like the t-shirt. You were on my Sunshine Squad
Sunshine Squad.
Sunshine Squad.
because you spread sunshine. I love when people spread sunshine.
Is that what they call it now?
And then she responds, I am so honored to be part of your Sunshine Squad.
Okay, that's a meme. I'm so making a sunshine thing to put over the next overlay.
You have to do it a spreading
Sunshine
Sunshine Squad.
It looks a lot
I
like
should know I'm gonna
aerosol
start
whipped
it right
cream.
now.
Yeah, I'm so excited. My mom said we might come Monday. We will see. If I come, do you know if anyone else might need to have a lavender sachet to stay calm?
There's a lot of
You
coming going
thinking?
on.
There's a lot of coming on.
And
I'm
spreading.
gonna come.
And BBC.
Gonna come.
And then, hey Trista, so glad to hear from you. Glad you're watching. I love my lavender sachet of sunshine and keep it close. I would like to order some. Should I go to your website and make the order? Also, I think Miss Rhonda would like one. She's been a visiting clerk from another county joining me in the courtroom.
If you could give my friends bribes also, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, no kidding.
I will work on them
Oh,
today. I
dear.
will definitely have one for Miss Rhonda. I left one for Judge Newman last week. I hope they gave it to him. He is working so hard. Right now, Judge Newman's getting
Passing on
sachets.
bribes to the judge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding. He's
My
working
mom,
so
her
hard.
friend, Me and
I'll
my
allow
friend
it.
are getting a hotel room Sunday so we can get there extra early.
At the
My mom's-
microtel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she recommends it.
Yeah.
My
Of
mom
course she
saw the
does.
line so long on TV, so we want to be sure. My mom said we'll go out to eat Sunday night, somewhere people like to eat there. She said I should ask you for a place that is good to go. You are doing a good job and keep spreading your sunshine.
Oh, hey, look,
Keep
we have a phone
spreading your
number.
sunshine squad.
Do we want to call Trista?
Oh no, that's
there.
Becky's number.
Oh, is that Becky's number?
Yeah, I tried calling it, but the voicemail was full.
Yeah.
I bet it was.
You were calling the number.
See you at 8:30, sweet Miss Becky.
Oh,
I'm
God.
so-
Can you
excited.
email her right now? Actually, can we email her right now during the live stream and ask if she wants to
Yeah,
come on
sure.
the show?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, do it. I don't know if she'll respond, but she has a few legal troubles.
Sorry, just the evil,
Yeah.
the little devil on my shoulder. It's like,
Yeah. Like,
Like, let's just see what happens.
that little guy comes out quite often, doesn't he, Bronco?
yes, I'm wired that way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Only when the tie comes off.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, you keep reading. I'll get my email up.
okay.
Hmm.
Hi, back to my new BFF Trista. I'm so glad you'll be back. I look forward to see you and your sweet mom. We will have a great seat. Oh, so she's making sure the seats she gives out are good to her friends.
This is so.
Look at
this
that.
is so insane to me. She's like,
I think-
she's like the band manager here. It's like, with the fans, the super fans who pay extra, they get the better seats.
Yeah, like on-
this is. She should not be doing any of this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because it was up there on February 14th. It said that I look forward to seeing you. And by the way, I wear size L.
Oh yeah, that was. They asked her what size shirt she wore,
Put that up.
and
No, it's right there. Yeah. So
Oh my god.
I think I will be fine. And because y'all have reserved seats. And I wear a size L shirt. See you tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
That's,
and
that's terrible.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we are coming tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. I can tell my mom we should leave earlier. I also need to know what size T-shirt you wear, please. I think that'll be fine because y'all have reserved seats, and I wear a L shirt. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. So just imagine to everyone watching the show, just imagine that you or someone you care about is criminally charged and you're at trial and this is your court clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's going to tell the jury, "Hey, don't listen to the defense.
Yeah.
They're trying to
Yeah.
fool you."
Pay
100%.
attention to this.
I work for the court. So
Yeah.
you can take my word for it. They're just the defense, they're just trying to fool you.
Don't listen to that mean old Dick Poon.
I mean, that should be a reversal on the merits of that conviction right there, and then he should be tried again, and without all the financial nonsense, and who knows, maybe he gets convicted again. I don't know. I very much doubt that Alex Murdaugh killed his wife and son, but I'm open to persuasion. But he ought not be convicted of murder because he's a financial criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, he's a scumbag, but you need to have evidence.
Or we could change the laws so you can kill financial criminals. You know? I mean, I get it. I'm sympathetic with, he stole a lot of money from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I would, if we lived in a society where people say, "Oh, okay, over $100,000, you stole my stuff, I get to kill you." I can envision that universe, but we don't currently live in that universe.
Yeah.
We could start with FTX.
Yeah.
All right, I have a new thing open. So, what do we want to say to her? What's her email address?
I guess rhill@colletoncounty.org.
Imagine if she got convicted of a crime and sentenced to prison, and Alex Murdaugh decided to identify as a woman, and they ended up in the same cell.
That'd be awesome. Okay, subject.
He'd walk in with his blanket, he'd be like, "Hey, Beckyboo."
You remember me?
Okay.
They probably like
This is
spurned
your
her on
idea,
prom night.
Branka. Come on, help.
Hey, I would just write something to the extent of a media interview about your book, and
yeah, sure.
or about your
interview.
maybe we should mention the book because they just pulled the book, right?
No,
Oh yeah, they did.
The plagiarism. Maybe we should say your efforts for justice,
About
your passion for justice,
your
something like that.
passion.
We're currently doing a live stream discussing your
Okay.
Proclivity.
Good day, Ms.
Beckyboo.
Hill. I am contacting
we regret to
you
inform you.
on behalf of my YouTube channel and its affiliates.
Am I an affiliate?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Why not?
In regard
Your
to
extraordinary efforts in the prosecution of Alex Murdaugh.
this is suck up time. Yes, Mads, it's suck up time. I know. Hey, crime
This is how
Spies.
guys get laid.
You're not new here.
This is the stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, you need to help me.
Okay.
So, because I never have to try, you see.
Yeah,
So-
well, naturally not. Like we understand. It's always been that way.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm contacting you on behalf of my YouTube channel and its affiliates in regard to a request for your time and expertise.
And insight.
And how to be accounting.
And insight.
Insight.
Yeah, insight
And
suggests a lot of like dialogue. She'll get to talk a lot.
Yes.
That, right.
Time and insight. Come on, help.
Oh yeah, we can sign with Love and Sunshine.
Yeah, that's the end.
I'm also a Sunshine crew member.
It's not time and insight. We have been following the egregious
Mention you're from Australia. She'll love that.
allegations against you from the counsel for Alex Murdaugh,
It is a miscarriage of justice.
and more recently from members of the public who would like to not defame, because she might have got me for defaming. Who would like to assert that you have mishandled, missed something done wrong by your office. Have assert that you have
Misappropriated.
No, I wouldn't take that tack at all. I would completely reverse. You're getting negative
Sure.
on her now. She won't
abort.
So,
Yeah,
right.
okay, what?
So the angle you have to take is how much you admire her for all the positive things she's done. Not don't even talk about accusations that some people.
Okay, you write it then. You say.
This is how guys get laid. Again.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
I can't read it. I can't. I'm sorry. It's so
really
tiny.
small.
Oh, sorry.
That,
I'll make it bigger.
That's what she said.
well, often she does. Let's see. We have been following the egregious allegations against you from the counsel for Alex Murdaugh, and we would much appreciate. Have we already said insight? We would much appreciate. We would much appreciate better understanding.
A better understanding.
Let's see. How can we phrase it? Better understanding. Just how false these allegations are.
Oh, nice.
Sincerely, and we should have it be like Brandon Bernard Charles should be the.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to need to change
No,
my
I'm
address.
teasing about that.
Oh.
That's no, you're sending it from your real email, right? So she's gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sending it from Excited Utterance. Now,
The
I
acronym
can...
would have been BBC.
Just put-
That's the joke, folks.
Yeah,
Sal, you have a new character.
well, see, here's the problem, Branka. If I send it from Excited Utterance, then she can look at my other videos.
I don't know if she
So,
would.
well, I mean, she's not completely stupid. I mean,
I mean,
I don't know about that, but hey, you want me to send it?
yeah,
I'll send it.
yeah.
Just can you copy and paste it into a text
Yeah.
or a DM? Send it to me, and
I'll just
send
DM it
out.
to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
Sure,
solve
sure.
the problem if she looks at my videos. You know.
Well, you don't
She'd be
talk
like,
about
"What?
it.
Women shouldn't vote? What's wrong
Yeah.
with her?"
They're all horse.
No, well, not all of them. Just
No.
almost
But
all of them.
she does. She is married with
30.
kids and all that kind of thing. She might agree with you. Who knows?
No, she's old.
Oh.
Sorry, old. She's probably younger than me, but yeah.
She's old school.
doubt it.
Okay, never. I don't want to.
Well, she's from the
No,
south.
let's not go into all that. Let's not get into all that right now. Let's just leave it. All right. So I'm gonna copy and paste that into a DM to you. There you go. You send it. You send it. All right. Let's go back to what we were doing. Cool. That's fun.
Okay.
Lord, if she.
Oh,
looks up
you're gonna
right
have to send me her email address too.
It's in
Oh,
the
yeah,
private
sure.
chat.
now. Oh, it's in the private chat.
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
I'll
Okay,
put
so
it
this-
into you.
Okay, let's see.
It's
Long,
alright.
See if I get an ethics complaint about this. Let's see.
long story. I'll explain later, but I had to drop my pig off in Charleston this morning and didn't get in town until noon.
Drop your pig off.
This
Did I say
chick get any
pig?
more southern? Yes.
That's got to be a euphemism for something disgusting. that sounds terrible.
Oh, and
Jesus.
another person wanting to help her get inside.
Is that like cracking a fat, dropping your pig off?
Branka, do you know what cracking a fat means?
You know, I heard someone talk about this just the other day, but I
Yeah.
must have
It was
blacked it out.
probably me.
So,
Oh, okay. They probably talked about it because it's been spreading around now. I had a stream where we were talking about Aussie terms. Cracking a fat means getting a erection.
yes, I was on that stream actually. I just had blocked it out. So thank you for bringing it back to my recollection.
You were on it, were you? Okay. You're
Dropping a
looking
pig
around.
off is cracking a fat.
What, Becky? What fun last
It's
night?
actually crack a fat. Go on.
What
I had a
did
blast.
we decide the subject was going to be? Did we craft a subject line? I thought
Yes, I did have a subject. Sorry. I'll copy and paste it to you. Keep going.
Okay.
I don't mind being clever, but I hate to have to be clever twice. you know?
Twice, yeah, sure. There you go.
God, she's just like getting everybody.
she's
That's a pretty good subject line. Was that mine?
No, I said that.
Oh, okay. That's
That was
whatever.
mine. Media
Sure.
interview about
Sure.
passion for justice.
If you say so.
I did.
Right.
Hi, Becky. I'm scared. It might be a bit.
Wait, did she reference Snoop Dogg in that pair?
Hey, excited. Send me your email too. I'll BCC you on this.
Oh, please. Not BBC?
BBC you.
The stutters are so awkward. I thought I was gonna get a BBC. Nope, just got an email.
If you go back, a little bit more.
Hi, Frenchie. Attached is the latest order of Judge Newman allowing evidence of other crimes into this trial. The latest order. I think you forgot your car keys next to me. I gave them to security. And then from Arthur Surf to Rebecca. Hi, Becky. I'm scared it might be a bit complicated to make sushi. I know how to do it with certain specific products, and I would not want to disappoint. Good Lord. She's like getting sushi recipe
Jesus.
on her work.
Right there. May I?
I
All right,
hate-
sent. Email sent.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
I can't wait.
I haven't looked personally yet, but I heard that Walmart has most of it, not all. But I need to check. May ask Lori to Snoop Dogg it for me.
Snoop Dogg it. What does that mean?
I have no idea. I hate
think
to get
she
the
means
raw.
scope it out, but she has no idea
Oh.
who Snoop Dogg is. God.
She's
All right,
probably
if Becky
scared of him.
actually comes on the show, excited utterance has to pull out her bong and do a hit right here. live.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
I know it's not. I can tell. I see you, girl.
Oh, baby.
Um,
I see you.
so this
girl.
is 7. Oh yeah, she's talking to some French guy. And oh yeah, hello Rebecca. I was wondering if you have any recommendation of people who've known the Murdaugh personally and with whom I should talk to for the book. Also, would you have other documents that would be useful for me to deep dive into the case?
Deep dive.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sunshine Gang?
Yeah. Hello, Becky. I
Is
hope
that
you're
Bill
doing.
Cassidy? What was that old movie? The cowboy movie? Bill Cassidy and the Sunshine
Kid, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sunshine Kid.
Kid Cassidy?
Butch.
Sorry.
Butch Cassidy.
It's
Butch Cassidy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the Sunshine Gang, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's the Sunshine Kid.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to Google it.
I think it's Sunshine Kid, I think.
It's a Sunshine
Sun-
Kid. But she's
yeah,
saying Sunshine Gang, right?
Well, she's
Yeah.
a gangster.
I wonder if they-
Sunshine
obviously.
Kid.
I wonder if they
Sounds
have
like
the
Sunshine
gang
Kid.
signs.
Sundance Kid. Sundance. Sorry, never mind.
Sundance.
It was close. We'll go
was-
with it.
You know, you should that little cartoon of Becky. You should have her throwing gang sign occasionally. That would be
Yes.
that would be funny.
They should. Lol.
You can give her like little sunglasses and a doob too, since she made a Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Sundance.
And a chain.
Straight.
A little bong, a big bong.
I learned from Judge Newman.
I love it.
Oh yeah, so this French guy. Hello, my name is Arthur Cerf. I'm an independent writer for the French edition of Vanity Fair and other Paris-based publications. I'm contacting you today because I'm currently working on about the Murdaugh case, along with a French publishing house called 1018. I would therefore need to be at the trial next January. Do you think you could guide me in the process to get an accreditation for the trial? Bonjour. I took
Bonjour.
French in high school. This is Becky. I took French in high school and college, but rarely use it anymore. I don't want to appear deceitful because my use of this language that I love is so very limited.
Oh yeah, bonjour was going to be very. Hardly anyone knows that one.
Oh, bonjour. Yeah. Not knowing is that.
If you plan to stay in Walterboro, I can recommend some places to stay.
Microtel.
I think your book idea is great. Now is the time. I'm also interested in writing a book. I've lived among the Murdaughs and worked with them, and I'm kind of the feet on the ground, so to speak. If you're interested in a partnership, let me know.
What's that mean? She
What was the
worked with
date on
Murdaugh?
this?
Well, she knows the Murdaughs.
What did she say? I live amongst them, and
I have lived among the Murdaughs and worked with them, and am kind
Oh,
of
really? Has
What
she
does that
now?
mean,
feet
worked
on the
with them?
ground. I mean, like in the courtroom, maybe.
oh yeah, I guess it could be. Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Wow.
This was
That's
so.
a
This was
bit
November
much.
of last year when she said she was interested in writing a book. So this was before the trial even started.
Yeah. So it was almost 2 months before.
And of course, it's in her financial interest if there's a guilty verdict,
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
right? So who talks
Absolutely.
to Judge Newman every day? His court clerk does,
Yeah.
right? Who has more of an opportunity to influence whether the financial evidence might be admitted? The weeks of financial evidence that's irrelevant to this murder charge might be admitted.
Because it goes on for much longer that way.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And then, you have a lot more information to write about.
Imagine if you were a defendant in a trial and the court clerk had a financial interest in you being convicted. Imagine all the games they could play to put you in jail and prison for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. If those financial crimes had not been admitted, then there would be none of this him admitting to all of those things.
And he probably would
And-
not have taken the witness stand.
Hmm.
No.
because he could have
The
taken the
whole
position
thing
of, hey,
could've
you
worked
have
out
to
so
prove you
differently.
have to prove me guilty, state. Right? I don't have to
Yes.
prove anything. But once they
Yes.
had what 3, 4, 5 weeks of financial crimes,
It was like
I mean, you've been made to look like a
was all
shitbag for a
over.
month. You got to take
Trial-
the witness stand.
trial was supposed to
It
be
was-
2 weeks, and it
Right.
ended up being like 6 weeks.
It ended up not being a murder trial.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And
joked.
again,
that we're
I have
still-
completely
no
changed the
problem.
landscape.
I have no problem if Alex Murdaugh spends the rest of his life in prison. I have no
No, no,
problem
same.
with that. I don't care about him as a person. He's not a friend of mine. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
to me what happens to him on a personal level, but I care a lot about due process of law because that applies to all of us.
So yes, that we could say that, but we need to know that. We need to know that they would have convicted him just with that video of him there, and we don't know that.
Right? We can't.
Mhm.
We would have to
can't know
have a
that.
trial where that evidence was not admitted.
Yeah, we can't know whether or not they would have convicted him just on that.
And we had
We
all
don't-
these witnesses
we haven't had that.
testifying, people who he
Yep.
stole money from,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Wrongfully
the
stole
kid.
money from, and the venom, the natural, understandable venom these people had towards
Sure.
him. I mean, it's basically not just financial crimes evidence; it's character evidence.
Yeah.
It
all,
is.
all these people hate him. You should hate him too.
Oh, that's what you're saying. So you're saying he would have taken the stand, not the conviction.
He's presumed innocent until proven guilty of the crimes charged, right? That's the way the system works here. But when you have weeks of people taking the witness stand saying, he is a shitbag, he is a shit, that's character evidence that would
Yeah.
normally not be admissible. Now, of course,
That's
they
absolutely
didn't,
true.
they didn't say those words, but they said, I'm a handicapped person who was hurt in a personal injury case and he stole all my money. I mean, how else are you supposed to interpret that?
Yeah. You're saying that he would have taken the stand. You're not talking about the conviction. What do you think, Branko? Do you think he would have taken the stand just to explain why the video exists?
Why? What video exists?
What
The
the kennel video?
Kennel video.
I don't think the kennel video is incriminating. So
No.
no, I
No,
would if I were advising him, I would have told him not to take the witness stand over that. I
Just
think
because of
once
that.
all the crimes have come out, the only the financial crimes, the only way to kind of mitigate that is
Yeah.
to take the stand and confess to all the financial crimes and say, yes, I'm a horrible person. I stole all that money, but I didn't kill my wife and son.
Yeah.
But if those financial crimes had not been admitted, the evidence of that had not been admitted, I would not have had him take the witness stand. Prove me guilty. Prove me. You can't prove I was there. You can't prove I handled the guns. You can't. I mean, it's not a strong case unless the jury hears.
Yeah.
And
I
now,
mean,
of course, listen, for all I know, he killed his wife and kid. I don't know. I wasn't there, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. But the legal standard is the state has to prove him guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. And I don't see that happening on the evidence that the state had for any objective jury. But I think you bias the jury when you let in weeks of testimony about how this guy's a shitbag for stealing people's money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Found anything good, Dali?
I'm still scrolling. Sorry.
You're right. Keep going. What's this? There was so much wrong with that trial when the prosecution gets away with saying he needs to prove the two-shooter theory.
Well, like-
Yeah.
Why do you have two different guns? That's just so weird.
Yeah.
Right. So it's burden shifting. It's shifting the burden of proof onto the defense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, well, the defendant hasn't explained away our theory of the murder. Well, that's burden shifting. That's not allowed.
No.
Ought not be allowed.
All right. What we got?
And by the way, if the trial had been run properly, as far as King Andrew would hold his proper due process of law, and this guy got convicted, I'd have no trouble with this. I've had clients get convicted. I mean, if it's done right and your client gets convicted, you may not think your client's guilty, although most of them are guilty. But but the process was followed, and that's all we have hope for is the process. I mean, there's no perfect process. Innocent people get convicted all the time.
Sure.
But you want them to have what society has determined is the fair process for determining whether they're going to spend the rest of their life in a cage.
Yeah.
And we know the process is imperfect because it's run by people and people are imperfect, and that's just the way it goes. But what you don't want is an obviously broken process putting someone in prison in a cage for the rest of their life. We wouldn't want that for ourselves. We wouldn't want it for anyone we care about.
Dali, go back up. That looked good.
Hmm.
Go back up.
This?
Up. Keep going. Before that one. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. And before even that, keep going.
Keep up.
Up.
Mhm.
Up. There we go. Okay, stop there.
It's just like
my mom.
It's very sexual, actually.
Yeah.
My mom and I would love to come to the trial, but we are afraid we will not be able to get in the courthouse. What time does the doors open? Has anyone not been able to get in?
Right. This
What
is
is
what
the
I would
process?
send if I was trying to manipulate a court clerk into making sure I had an advantageous opportunity to get into the courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please give me your mom's name and we can have 2 badges for you tomorrow. Please meet us on the side door on Walter Street at 8:45. This door is facing Walter Street in the canopies of meeting enforcement. We are planning to come Monday. Is that okay? I
No,
believe we will.
She's brokering. These are bribes. As far as I'm concerned, these are bribes. She's brokering her authority in the courtroom to provide preferential access to particular people who treat her nicely.
Yes, come on in. Why are
That's
you
so
just looking through
ridiculous.
everything,
What?
Dali?
Because it's like
Read them out. You're really good at reading them out.
okay.
Do the deep movie voice. One world.
Do the
one
whole
bet,
thing.
One chance.
We're here to read. We're here to hear
Okay.
the reading of the whole thing. Give us all of it.
Okay. Oh, good afternoon, Becky. Hope you and Tommy are having a restful day. I just heard from Nancy Graves' staff wanting passes next week for Nancy and a producer. I won't be in Waterboro Monday working my day job. So if Nancy isn't on the list, I thought you told me she was coming. Ugh. Please arrange passes for her and a producer. I'll be back down Monday afternoon. Jay.
Okay, this is
Jay,
real.
Jay, we'll miss you. We have Nancy taken care of. See you as soon as we get here. Drive safe. We got you, Nancy.
We got
Wednesday.
you.
It's the exhibit and witness list. I don't know. It's weird. Like, and she's telling all these people like who the witnesses are going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that
Updated
okay?
exhibit. I don't know.
Branka, is that okay? Can she tell people who the witnesses are going to be?
I mean, the weird part of it is you would not expect this a court clerk to be this complicit and compliant with news media organizations. Especially now in hindsight, we know she's planning to write a book and profit essentially the entire time.
Yeah.
The court clerk should sound like the computer from the old Star Trek TV series, right? Like, computer, who are the witnesses going to be? Well, the witnesses are supposed blah, 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 blah. But it should be the same for everyone. It's not like you're providing preferential information to media outlets. And by the way, when you write your book, you think that Beckyboo was hoping to get on Nancy Grace's TV show to promote her book?
Probably.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe she was. Maybe she was on there. I don't know. I don't follow Beckyboo. But that's one of the ways these people work. Is they're fostering these, kind of artificially friendly relationships with people who have much higher status than them. So when they have their big break, when they can finally do this book, they'll call, Nancy, remember me? Can I be on your show?
Yeah. It's like networking.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
which is
She's
fine
constipating for
normally,
later.
but this is a criminal prosecution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yes, she's networking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she
I
forwarded.
see someone in the comments say she has a good reputation from what most lawyers and judges in the state say. All right, first of all, most judges and lawyers in the state have no idea who she is, aside from this case. Sorry, court clerks, we don't know who they are. I can't remember the name of one court clerk I have ever worked with in more than 30 years of law. Okay, I'm sorry, they're just there. You work with them. I don't remember their names. I don't know their reputations. They're just administrative assistants is all they are.
Yeah.
So, no, I simply don't believe that if you polled lawyers and judges in South Carolina, that you would get more than 1% of them who even knew she existed, much less had an opinion about how good she was at her job.
So She wasn't talking about Becky,
Oh,
the Chief Justice.
Okay. Sorry. Never mind.
She was answering a chat.
So, okay, hi, I'm a psychic, and I want to give you some information that's been coming to me. The gun Murdaugh used
More
to possibly
coming.
could be buried in the hole where earlier in the day he was messing with the tree. And Alex said that Paul recorded and posted on Snapchat and may want to check the shovel. As far as Paul's phone, in which Alex stated that he rolled Paul over,
What is this?
a psychic emailed Beckyboo.
Maybe she's from
Well,
Australia.
that's not on
Maybe
her.
she's in the future.
Let's be fair.
Well, she
Yeah, it's
forwarded
not on
it
her.
along.
It's just funny.
She forwarded it along to the South Carolina AG.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, just passing along to Carly Jewell at scag.gov.
What?
It's from the email address from the psychic is like Cherry Lied 58.
Yeah,
Oh my
cherrylied58 at gmail.com.
I was like,
Wow.
Becky
Oh, this is
Boo,
great.
this is the god Zeus. I have the answer to this trial. Please pass it along to the prosecutor.
No.
Alex had the phone, and after he shot him, he was placing back on him. That is why Alex had to mention the phone to investigator. But that is what my psychic power is telling me. And I am Ventura County. I have been glued
Okay,
to this
Cleo.
trial. And one other thing. Alex had that raincoat wrapped up in the tarp when he went to his mother. He killed his wife and son, and he needs to get 2 life sentences. The Murdaugh's name should not hold power, and Alex needs to pay for all the people he has hurt. He can't even cry when they are showing photos of his son's brains blowed out. What?
Actually, he did.
And he has the eyes of a killer and should never be allowed to be released on bail.
Wow.
He is a coward,
Steve
and I
Ford-
speculate.
I'm
She
guessing the
forwarded this.
psychic is a female. Just guessing.
It's a California. It's like, yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Oh my god!
He prefers
I
wine
saw
out of a
it.
box.
I speculate he will unalive himself to take the easy way out. Let him sit in jail and rot. That is where he belongs. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
But,
day.
you know-
Come again.
Yeah, this South Carolina AG can investigate that tip.
They probably did.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
How
more
come
people,
all the psychics aren't billionaires? Don't we run
I know.
lotteries every week?
Yeah.
oh my!
Email the psychic. We should email the psychic. Let's get the psychic going.
Let's think about that.
Oh, God.
We'll
Franco,
plan
I
that
don't
more.
think you'd want to be on that stream, would you?
Yeah.
No, you should. That one you should do excited.
I should, because I'm actually in the future.
There you go. Oh,
So I'll ask them what happens tomorrow. Yeah, I will debunk the psychic. She should be expecting the email. She should know. Yes, you're right, Peace Penny. She should be expecting the email.
She's already typing her response.
Yeah. You should know that an email is coming.
oh, this is good. Dear Miss Hill, thank you for all you do, specifically at the Murdaugh trial. Please pass to his honor. I posted the below to Facebook Law and Crime. The Honorable Judge Newman cannot get enough accolades for handling the highest profile trial in SC history with a cadence of temperament, knowledge, and fairness. There is a reason this judge for this case. He's a SC treasure.
And they only
Oh,
feel that
he
way
is.
if it's the proper verdict, as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Murdaugh had
Yeah.
been acquitted, they would say he's a terrible judge. He made all the wrong calls. They're only saying he's a good judge. Sorry, guys. I got to hop out for a second.
Okay, no
Yeah.
worries.
That was from Ocean Breeze 0812.
Oh, Ocean Breeze. Hey, you like my Sunshine Gang?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
No one ever notices when I put something new on the screen.
No.
It's hilarious. It's just like I could put like a giant penis on the screen and no one would know.
I might notice that.
I mean,
You might
yeah.
notice that.
Sal probably.
Yeah, you're right. Exclaimation. When people were kind of like that with Schroeder until that case, you're
That's
so
fair.
right. It's like people thought that Schroeder was a good judge. Like everyone was happy with Schroeder because of what happened with Rittenhouse. Well, the people who were supporting of Rittenhouse were thinking that Schroeder was a great judge, but really, Schroeder was. He just he just did what he did. He was just sitting there being a judge. And then he hurt his head. And it was quite obvious where his influences lie.
Yeah. But he did the same stupid stuff that he did in Zach's case with Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Even going back
but no
to
one noticed
Teen Boy.
because the verdict came out that people were wanting. So it was like, well, okay, he's a great judge.
Yeah, I didn't think it had anything to do with the judge. It had everything to do with the jury, in my opinion.
Exactly.
In that case.
It
but
did.
there was also the one thing that in that particular case that he had going for them is there was video.
1 sec.
So
you would notice. Yeah, he did have video. Exactly.
Yeah.
You would notice. Sunshine Gang would hang out with G Shine from Melly. Oh, who's that? G Shine.
I
didn't watch enough of that.
The murder trial, the triple murder trial. He's
triple
getting
murder
retried
trial.
again.
I know what Melly is. I just didn't know who G Shine was.
I
didn't watch it enough to know who G Shine was.
I have no idea.
That's all. Yeah. What you doing, Dali?
I'm just trying to look at something. Sorry.
Don't be so picky. Let's just read the whole thing.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to find some of the later stuff. So somebody reached out to. No,
he's gone.
I've been trying to keep abreast of the allegations flying, and I remembered our phone conversation when I interviewed you for my book. You were kind enough to explain the bomb.
Oh, there he is.
The boom.
Sorry.
No worries.
You're right.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
All right.
Commotion during the trial. This was some weeks after the trial ended. Later, you emailed me the message below stating your first intentions on writing a book and asking if you were following the correct channels to set up the necessary back end of writing a book. Since you knew I self-published my Murdaugh book, Countdown to Murder, Alex Murdaugh. This date stamp. Such a bad title.
That what was going to be called?
No, this is someone else's book.
Someone else's.
Yeah.
Countdown to Murdaugh.
Alex.
That's
Murdaugh.
kind of like one of my playlists is called Murdaugh O'Clock.
Yeah.
But like I'm not writing a book.
Still, Murdaugh was the case that they gave me.
We had another phone conversation about this when you were asking more questions, and it was clear you hadn't begun anything of substance. You were wondering about a cover and chapters, etc. You never mentioned writing a book in our initial phone conversation in March. This must all be very hard. I felt the need to at least offer this in fairness. Rebecca, thank you so much for this. I've been advised by my attorneys to remain silent until such a time comes to talk. It's been very hard. I've been convicted by the court of public
Everything
opinion.
is so hard.
It is.
No innocence until proven guilty. Like you did with Murdaugh? I know my
innocence until proven guilty.
I know my truth, and I stand strong some days with my head high. There is much corruption. This is recent,
this is ironic.
December 12th.
Okay, so we've jumped forward now. Yep, go.
Yeah. There is much corruption here in the 14th Circuit.
No kidding.
You're not wrong. I believe you should write a book
Freudian.
entitled Countdown to Corruption in the 14th Circuit. Kind regards, Becky Hill.
Oops. Little Freudian slip there.
Well,
so anytime you ever hear anyone talk about my truth or their truth,
yeah,
there's that, and there's also the truth. So
yeah.
They're basically telling you that they live in a version of reality that's inconsistent with the truth.
Exactly. My truth. Yeah. I'm telling my truth. I'm
Amy
speaking my truth.
Amy and Cindy, good morning. Can you please hear me and keep something close to your heart and in thoughts and prayers? Yes, I know that you've noticed a few things that I have taken down out of the office and put in boxes. Truly, that is only because I am scared. I am just not sure what is happening. Nothing has happened. I am just downsizing in case I get a phone call or a letter in the mail telling me to step down. I haven't done anything, but with the way that this crazy case is going, I am not sure of anything except that my God is still in control. No matter what, and that I love you. I will probably see you all soon. I have a good friend who is having surgery for a mastectomy. Please hang in there and keep this to yourself. If you need me, I'm a phone call away.
Dude, her writing is terrible. Look at that. So
Well, no wonder she had to
she says,
plagiarize.
I will probably see you all soon, and that's capitalized. And then the next thing is like, who is having us, which is capitalized. And then please hang in there and keep this to yourself. If you need me, I'm, which is supposed to be capitalized, but it's not. Like, she's terrible at this.
This is why she needed a co-writer, like
Yeah,
a
clearly.
real journalist. Yeah.
That's why she plagiarized it, because she...
and why she plagiarized.
Okay, so this is September
Allegedly.
19th. Hi, Becky. Our Coffee and Crime book club. Oh, God.
Oh,
How much
Coffee and
box wine
Crime.
they drink. Had their monthly meeting last night and picked up copies of your book for next month's meeting. They are so excited to get to speak with you next month. In
Look at the
anticipation,
attention and the adoration she's going to
Yes.
get.
yes.
Mhm.
please
For the
find
first
our...
time in her life.
She's so
Exactly.
happy.
She just ran home and told her cats about it.
Yeah.
Please find our
Meow.
performer agreement and programming policy attached to the email. They can be signed and returned at any time before August 1st. Brittany, attached. Wait, so... Okay, so this was later that day. Attached is a signed book author agreement for October 16th. I'm so excited and looking forward to this event. I am hoping and praying that my name will be restored by then from the, well, from the attack of the Murdaugh defense team. We're-
Note it.
I'll be in touch with you closer to the date. Oh my God. Thank you, Becky. I feel certain that everything will turn out all right. Oh my God. 1st December. Hi, Brittany. Happy Friday. I wanted to touch base with you about the date in January. So this is next month. We tentatively talked about for another book signing. I believe it was January 16th, 2024. I am going to need to postpone that also. If we can look at April 2024.
Forever.
That would be a better time frame, I believe. Well, oh boy. Let's see.
Susan Boyle. She does look like Susan Boyle. Remember Susan Boyle?
Yeah.
She's that woman who like became really famous for singing on like talent
All right.
show.
Yeah,
something
because
of
she
the
was super
stars or
ugly.
something.
Yeah.
But
And
had a good voice.
she just looked like a really standard housewife, really
She
chubby.
wasn't ugly. She was just fat.
No, not ugly. She just looked like a standard old lady, and she just walked out, and her voice was incredible, like incredible, and she became really famous. Yeah.
Oh, good. Now she's trying to December 1st, 2023. Good afternoon, Sheriff Hill. I hope you are well. I would like to recommend to you Tim Black, who's white, I'm sure, as the courthouse security supervisor. He does a great job here and would be a great fit as everyone is already comfortable with him and knows him. Oh boy. How much did he bribe her? I also have a gentleman by
Or
the name of-
BBC.
Yeah. Jim Solvik, previously LEO in security, who's now retired and has put his resume in for a bailiff position. This would
By the way,
help-
that guy may be perfectly qualified for this position. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I don't want to denigrate him, but we're only commenting on the fact that the recommendation is coming from Beckyboo.
yes.
Yeah.
And this would help with my positions if bailiff if Mr. Black assumed that role as well. Good Lord.
It's kind of racist.
Kind of racist.
By the way, who did that little graphic of her when she's shaking her head there at the bottom of the screen? Was that you? Excited? Did you
Yeah.
do that?
I'm a graphic designer. So
No kidding.
yeah.
I
But
actually didn't know
also-
that. Do you? Are you still doing that kind of work?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a designer.
I have some use for that kind of work, so I'll
Oh, do
contact you
you?
offline. Yep.
Sure. But yeah, like it all started with the EB bobbleheads. So Eric Bland, you
Bland.
know how
Yeah.
he sells his bobbleheads. So basically now every Murdoch stream, there's always bobbleheads. So all of my Murdoch playlists all are full of all of the protagonists in the saga have their own bobbleheads. In fact, I even have a bobblehead. I need to make one for Dali. Dali, I haven't made you a bobblehead
Yeah.
yet. Yeah. So, would you like one, Branka?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Sure, I'll make you.
That'd be
I'll
great.
make you.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. No problem.
And for the record, Eric Bland is a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes.
He's
Eric
just
Bland is just
a horrible person.
well, I have this saying that like some people are so toxic that they belong on their own island away from the normal folk. And Eric Bland belongs on an island on another planet away from the normal folk on this planet. So he's that kind of islander. So there are some people who just.
But I have to give him credit.
He's
found a niche. There is this whole population of like women who love like law and crime dramas and stuff. They love him. They eat him.
He's
up.
a superhero to them. Yes, he is indeed. Eric Bland has absolutely no connection with reality. He just it's just mind-boggling how little he understands how ironic he's being. In fact, someone on Twitter has come up with, her name's Rosie, she's come up with a great hashtag, the ebocracy. Ebocracy. I love it. I love it. Every time he's hypocritical, we go, it's the ebocracy.
Eric Bland has put himself in a position where he gets basically an infinite quantity of imaginary blowjobs from all these long crime broads.
He doesn't need them. He's happy with a mirror in his own hand. and a float and all of his little bobbleheads lined up.
Oh no. Oh, imagine cleaning those things up. That'd be hard.
Oh,
I'm gonna say, what is he doing? Like
all the
shooting
little
at him?
crevices.
You think he's got one of those plastic COVID shields? Just in case things go bad.
See how many he can hit at once so they bobble.
You sunk my bobble ship.
Yeah, my bubble ship. He's so good at being horrible. He just screams slimy lawyer. He does, doesn't he? But it's just he's like a caricature of a person. He really is just.
He's certainly
can't be
a
real.
caricature of a lawyer.
He seems
Yeah.
like the guy on Better Call Saul.
That guy's a much better lawyer.
Yeah.
It just seems like
it's
that
just-
type though.
It's Rosie. Yeah, Rosie says hypocrisy. Yeah. So yeah, and every time I hashtag hypocrisy, Rosie is always like, "Hey, hey, girl." There's about 20 of us who are part of the pro Murdaugh gang. Apparently, we are like pro Murdaugh. We're not pro Murdaugh. We're just like anti the whole like slay Murdaugh thing.
Anti-travesty of justice.
Anti-travesty of justice. That's it. Yeah,
Just wants
and
due process.
No, I'm
Exactly,
fine if
and-
Alex Murdaugh never comes out of prison ever. I have
exactly.
no
It's
problem
not like
with
we
that.
love Murdoch or
It's the
anything.
process.
But that
It's-
murder trial was a travesty of justice.
It was a travesty. It's ridiculous, and it goes on. Like the bullshit goes on. It continues. Like Mandy Matney's podcast is stupid. Like it's so full of blatant lies. It's ridiculous, and people are continuing to find things that are being said on that and Cup of Justice, which is Eric Bland's cup of garbage.
Cup of
They're
something.
continuing.
What
Cup
is he
of something,
cupping?
yeah. He's cupping himself,
Is he covering the
basically.
balls while he goes in?
Yeah,
Is that what he's doing?
They continue to just spurt all this just absolute mucus, which is all about how all this stuff to do with his financial crimes means that he's guilty of the murder of his wife and son. And I know that's what's been found in that trial. However, I believe that trial is going to happen again. Thanks to silly people like this lady down here. So
Beckyboo.
we'll see. We'll see. But day by day, it's being proven that there's more and more reason for there to be another trial. So at first, everybody was like, oh, no, Becky wouldn't tell a lie. Becky wouldn't do this. Becky wouldn't do that. But hey, it's been imploding ever since. And now even Mr. Neal is like, see ya,
I don't
Becky.
even think she's malicious. I think she's just
Stupid.
Yeah.
she's just stupid. So I mean, I think it's something that all of you who do these shows, right? You have the initiative and the intelligence and the talent to do these shows, and you have followers who are attracted to that initiative, intelligence, and talent. We forget sometimes that like the average IQ in America is 100. That's the average. And there's a lot of people who are at 90 and 80. And a lot of those watch Law and Crime. No offense, Law and Crime, but that's your audience. And so you can have somebody like an Eric Bland get a sizable audience from the under 100 IQ population and make money doing that and have that be a successful career path. But I don't think any of us would want to be judged in a criminal prosecution by people with an 80 IQ.
No, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right, do you have any more, Dali? And we'll probably go a little bit longer.
This one, Rebecca to Laura. Yes, it's not a natural way of living for me, and I like to live life by the 4 agreements. Remaining quiet has been both positive and negative. This was November 7th.
She remained quiet?
Yeah. However, remaining quiet has given so many the impression that they can go on believing the lies that have been set forth by Dick and Jim. Every single word they have uttered has been lies. How do lawyers, senators, i.e., get away with something? Thanks for your time. Or get
you
away
cannot
with something
allow
like
this woman to talk to the jury. Sorry. You can't. I mean, she's saying it's her personal view that every word the defense lawyers are saying is a lie, and then she gets to talk to the jury?
She didn't even use IE correctly.
Hello, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Let's go. How's it going? Let's have you take an IQ test live. Well, that would be fun for everyone to watch, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's all hang out and just watch me do an IQ test. How long does that take? Remember when George Costanza cheated on the IQ test and got Elaine to do it for him? And then she got curry on it or something. And he had to jump out the window or something. I can't remember. Yeah, I'd be happy to, Brandon. But nah, that's pretty boring for everybody. So no. But I think my IQ is 120 or something. Can't remember. It's pretty high. I'm pretty intelligent.
Mostly you don't need to ask people to take an IQ test. Mostly you can just converse with someone for 30 seconds and their IQ is pretty apparent.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. Let's say I am related to one of your Supreme Court
I see a
judges.
comment here. I am going to encourage everyone to, you know what, and I'll do it on Twitter too, to follow this stream and like and subscribe. One of your commenters said that you are terrible about doing that for yourself. So I will certainly encourage people to do that. Let me copy. Crap. How do I?
What's this?
I will.
Thank you so much.
Copy. I should think of this myself. And I apologize that I don't think of it. But let me do a post on Twitter right now. Join me right now live for the fun. Oh, I said gun.
The gun.
All right.
No, I'm an Australian. We don't have guns.
Yeah.
And thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Come to America. We got plenty.
Sure.
All right, done on Twitter. So hopefully we'll
you.
get even more people.
Yes, I was just saying, I have some very intelligent relatives. One was a Supreme Court judge of yours, a justice. Sorry, what are the High Court justices called? You know, the ones that are there for life.
Supreme Court, we call them justices. Everything below that, we call them judges.
Yeah, the ones that are appointed by the president.
Well, that's all the federal courts here in America. So.
Yeah.
No, you know the ones that are
the Supreme Court, the high ones.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, one of them that had to die to be
the Commodores.
Which one?
ABBA.
I'm not going to say it'll dox me.
Okay.
Yeah, right. But he's no longer living. So, but he was a conservative. Anyway, so yeah, there was that one, and I've got a few professors and things like that in my immediate family. So, but I'm not. I am the runt of the litter.
Yeah. Well, I have some professors and some high-end business people in my immediate family, and I'm just a small town lawyer. And
Yeah, exactly.
I make
You're just
way more money than all of them.
I caught that. I caught that, Bronco. You're just a small town lawyer. All right, let's keep going.
I'm related to beer drinkers.
Oh, this is nice. November 16th. Dear Miss Hill, you don't know me, but I reside in Mount Pleasant and am a Charleston native. Witnessing the Murdaugh trial, I was truly impressed by the grace and hospitality you exhibited on a global scale. Thank you for portraying South Carolina in such a positive light. I was deeply disturbed by the accusations leveled against you by Dick Harpootlian and the harm it has inflicted on your character. You certainly did not deserve such abuse and defamation. I strongly encourage you to take a stand and defend yourself. I recommend reaching out to an attorney who can help restore your name.
She should definitely do that. Yeah, she should file a lawsuit.
Yeah, in Columbia,
and see how that works out.
Columbia-based attorney Eric Bland, a steadfast supporter of yours, would likely be enthusiastic about representing you in a defamation case. Please consider.
So why doesn't he do it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Eric Bland represent Beckyboo in a defamation case? I would watch every minute of that trial.
Fantastic to watch. Oh,
and watch him get eviscerated by Dick Harpootlian.
Yeah. Hope he doesn't take it on contingency.
And by the way, we have enough content for these emails for a while, but I'm hoping that soon there will be this evidentiary hearing, and we're just going to flip to that. And it's going to be emails. It's going to be evidentiary hearing. We're going to also do some flashbacks to the Murdaugh trial as well, because I was just watching some of that the other day, and I was like, we have got to do some flashbacks. It was so good. And we're up to the 1 year anniversary. There were some funny parts of that.
Yeah.
And we need to see Becky in action down there as well. Now we actually know who she was. We didn't know who she was. And rightly so, what Branka says. We shouldn't have known who she was.
Wait till her OnlyFans comes out.
Granny fans.
Hey, it's already out.
Oh, hello, dear friend. How are you doing? I'm sure you've read the newest headlines. I'd like to talk with you about a few things. When you get a minute, can you call my daughter's phone number? Sled has seized my phone and I won't have it for a while. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, there you go, Sal. There's a number for you. You can
I got her daughter's phone number. Nice. I'll have to give it a call.
Oh.
Is that not redacted?
Nope.
No, it's there.
Oh, it's not your fault, man. I mean, you're just showing the emails. It's but whoever. Oh my gosh, I would have redacted that.
Yeah. Is she hot?
Probably
Have you
not.
seen Becky?
What? Oh, I know what she's going to look like in 10 to 15
What
years.
she's going to look like.
I feel like Excited Utterance needs to get a room.
She hotel.
Now I'm wondering.
Yeah, so...
Oh,
Yes,
hey, look,
ma'am.
you got her hubby's phone number too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, come on. we should, in fairness, folks, we should skip kind of past those if we can.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
They're not,
I'm
There's
sure
no
they've
need
all
for that.
changed the numbers by now.
They probably have, actually. Now, I would think, considering that these have all been out in the public for about a week now,
Yeah.
I would think that if I were her, I would have changed my number or blocked it or something.
I'm sure people are calling her.
No, I'm sure they are.
For
I'm sure she's
sure.
got a new phone by now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would've.
Sled has her phone currently, so...
Well, Sled has Becky's phone.
Sled's evidence room is ringing like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Dali's already tried to call Becky.
Yeah, the voicemail was full.
Yeah. Funny
Hi,
that.
Beck.
Oh,
I
it's
used... Yeah.
It's full of what?
Yeah.
BBC?
Oh, she's complaining about the TikTok woman. I used to be a news editor. I follow on TikTok a woman who goes by the account in A Day in the Life or Corey. Anyway, she is slandering you on her evening lives at 5:10 Eastern, almost daily. If I were you, I would have my attorney send her a letter to cease and desist.
Oh, this was like 30 days ago.
That would be Laurie.
Yeah.
Is she talking about Laurie Laura?
Yeah, I
Laurie
believe
Lawyer?
so. Yeah.
She's the best.
I'm very thankful for you and your willingness to help a stranger. I've looked at her account and have sent that info to my attorney's attention.
Ooh.
And he was probably
Yeah,
like,
good luck
"Nope."
getting Laurie Lawyer, because she was very careful with her wording.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Have
she
you?
said
Hey, Branko,
allegedly
have
every
you
time.
seen Laurie Lawyer?
No,
You haven't seen what she said? Oh dear.
no. But I mean, a lawyer
She
can send a
slammed
letter
her.
for. They'll send a letter for $200, you know. So
Yeah.
the letter doesn't mean
really
anything.
much.
Big deal. It's not. And I mean, this chick is a lawyer. She's on TikTok and stuff, and she's
Well, then
been
she should know where
slamming
the
Becky.
limits are.
Yeah.
She does know
I mean-
exactly where the limits are. She's cool. She's not going to be scared off by some cease and desist letter.
Because she
What's
said all
that?
It's
the
not that
words.
complicated. People should just talk about stuff they personally know about, and if they don't have personal knowledge, they should just say, "I heard that." You know, it's that simple.
She said. I mean, she said.
I've seen it
allegedly.
reported. I've heard that. It's been
Yeah.
said that. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's true. I don't know. I wasn't there, but
Exactly. All right, let's do one or two more.
Okay, Becky. Hi, John. Happy Thursday. This was November 16th. Please give me your opinion on the best way to proceed with this. The outside decorations, such as garland and lights, need replacing every several years. Of course. We believe this year is the year for it to be replaced. I was going to send Gary Hale to Wooboro Walmart to see if they had enough of what we need, which is garland and the white outside lights. Christmas decorations.
Ah, it's kind of like the White House.
Hildo with an H.
WBORO Walmart.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is it better for us to buy the items needed and then turn in the receipt for reimbursement? Or could we get a P card from the county to purchase? I was hoping to code the amount half from the 100 funds and half from one. Oh, that's just coding. Why are they decorating?
Decorating what? Oh, you mean the courthouse?
The courthouse, yeah.
The courthouse looks like the White House. A bit.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to do a like Melania. And by the way, Melania's Christmas decorations were much better than what's her name? Your current
Yes,
purchase?
Jill
Doesn't
Biden.
matter who else the other person is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
no, they were.
I mean,
they
even
were
though
stunning.
Melania
They
hated
were-
Christmas,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Well, she-
Melania very famously hated Christmas decorations, and I love her for that. But she,
But Melania had a job, right?
Yeah.
Her job was to Christmas decorate, and she performed that job to the nth level.
it was
So
great.
still got crap
we've all
for it.
had jobs we hated, right?
Yeah.
All of us. I know I have. I've had
Yep.
jobs oh my gosh, I wish I didn't have this job with all this garbage
Yep.
juice dripping on my face and the rats and all that kind of. Never, that's a different story. But but Melania could not like Christmas, and she got the job of decorating for Christmas. And what did that look like? Oh my
was
god,
gorgeous.
it was amazing.
It was gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I don't know what this most recent one is. That's just like, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Too much.
they have to make the current White House decorations child safe. You know, like whatever you do, don't let any children in there.
Yeah. It
Or President
reminds me a
safe.
little bit of
Don't leave any room for lines of coke.
Alice in Wonderland or something like that. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, I loved it back when I
Hey,
think
Solomon
it was 20.
Anderson is in the chat. Hey, Solomon.
Hey, Sol, how's it
How you
going? Hey, good to see ya. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good one. Yeah, I loved it back when she was caught. Those tapes were leaked or whatever it was, and she was like, "Fuck Christmas. I fucking hate doing Christmas."
I don't
Like,
blame her.
I love you, Melania. I hate doing Christmas decorations too. You're great. And then she came
Aw.
out with these awesome ones. I was like, oh, you're cool.
She was great. I really
Oh.
like her. She was a very good wife for a
Yeah.
high value man. Yeah. So when she was younger, she did like scantily clad photos and model shoots and stuff. That was her job. She was a model.
Yeah.
But when she got married to Donald Trump, she suddenly was very conservatively dressed, elegantly dressed. Became essentially
Very classy.
a rich man's wife, and
She's very, very classy.
and
Yeah.
that, ladies, is the formula. That is the magical formula that you should follow.
She very, very classy, very well spoken. She stuck by him. It was tough. It would have been a tough job
Yeah.
for sure, especially during the pandemic. That was a very tough time for everybody involved. Anyway,
I think that was his worst time. That was when he made the greatest mistakes.
Oh yeah, no question about that. No question. All right, what's this? Respectfully, I would. What was that? Respectfully?
I'm just trying to figure out where it started.
Oh.
I just completed your book. Are the proceeds of this book going to the victims of Alex Murdaugh or to Colleton County?
No.
Ooh.
This book should be
either of those.
Yeah. This book should be mandatory reading and subject of study for every psychology class with emphasis on narcissism. I am deeply embarrassed. Well, no, I think.
Ben!
Oh, no, I think I'm deeply embarrassed for Waterboro, Colleton County, the Low Country, and every individual you gossiped about. I am totally convinced, per your book.
Oh, it's critical.
Yeah.
Yes.
The verdict is always decided by a clerk of court, and the rest of cast is simply aid in making it look legitimate. Shame on you. You have defamed not only yourself.
Oh my God, I could have written that email. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
Did it say from Andrew Brunker?
Yeah.
At the end?
It might.
I am so sorry you feel that way. It's a shame you believe the defense team and Mr. Murdaugh. Let me be very clear on this. The jury decides the verdict. There was no jury tampering.
With your guidance.
Yeah. It is a lie straight from the mouths of Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin and their defense team. How lawyers are allowed to get away with defaming a person's character and career just by filing a motion and affidavits put together by strong-arming people and then holding a press conference is beyond belief.
So this is what's terrible about this. This woman, this court clerk, she should have no personal opinion about guilt at all.
Yeah.
Right? I watched every minute of the trial, the entire thing. I, as a lawyer, have no personal opinion. I don't know. I don't know if he killed his wife and kid. I have no idea. All I can do is go through the process, and hopefully it's a fair process, which it wasn't here. But this notion that she, the court clerk, has some like God-given authoritative knowledge of guilt here. She wasn't there when these people were killed, but she feels emotionally like she knows what the truth is.
Yeah,
that's horrible, especially when. Again, she spoke to the jury. She influenced the outcome of the verdict.
Yep. And yes, Nicholas, that's exactly what we've been saying, what Brunker's been saying all along, that she should be invisible, right, Brunker?
Yeah.
Right. No one should know who she is. Nobody should.
Yeah.
We should never know her name. It's crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do we know the name of the janitors in the courtroom? I mean, that's essentially her level.
Maybe they'll write a book next. And then for people like you to believe this nonsense is shallow-minded and sad. For your sake, please expand your mind and follow the facts. Yeah, she is. Last I checked, as of earlier this month, she's
still there. Yeah, they won't get rid of her. I don't know they won't get rid of her. Like, how much has to happen? Is there a reason?
If you made that graphic on the bottom, it's her little bobblehead with the envelope.
Yeah.
I think you need an eggplant there in place.
No problem. Easy. Can I ask, Brunker, is there a reason why she would not have been suspended in some form at this point? Like, is there some
this
sort of
just doesn't normally happen. So we don't have like well-established procedures for this. It's just so abnormal. It's like everyone should be shocked. Like, she did what?
Yes.
It's like you have a company Christmas party and you drive there, and then your wife drives in a separate car, and your wife shows up naked. It's like, what? That's not supposed to happen. I mean, did you talk with your wife ahead of time and tell her not to show up naked? Of course not. You just didn't expect it to happen. So this is so out of the norm that you just. I mean, I guess there's general legal principles that you have to kind of apply retrospectively, and you could say, well, this could have influenced the jury, and therefore it's not appropriate. But it's not like we have rules that say court clerks cannot write books about trials they were involved in. We don't have,
but it's not just writing a book. There's also these allegations.
but that's what makes it
not
outside the bounds of rules, right? Because
Yeah.
it's so outside the norms of behavior.
Yeah. I don't think any court clerk has written a book that I know of. Not
And
even
that's
like
the
an
other,
OJ.
the other thing is, though, that I keep forgetting, and Sue's pointed it out, she's elected, right? We don't have this here. And I completely
right.
forget
So
this all
she's
the time.
elected.
She's elected.
And she has her own authority in law
Protections.
to be in that position, right? So you can't just
Yeah.
fire her.
Yeah, okay. And that's a South Carolina thing, isn't it? Like that
It
clerks
varies a
of court
lot
are not
from state to
everywhere.
state. In
elected,
America,
true.
we have judges who are elected. We have judges who are appointed by elected officials. It varies a lot depending on where you are.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, because I forget that, and it's
But if
obviously
someone
we have
is
none of that
elected,
here.
The idea
but
is
it's
they were
not
elected
everyone.
by their constituents, and you can't simply get rid of that person because you don't like them. They were elected by the people. The people have a privilege to have that person in office. So you could
Right.
you basically have to impeach them, like they're trying to impeach Donald Trump. You have to impeach him out of office, which is very hard.
Yeah.
And would that happen at this evidentiary hearing, or would it be a whole different hearing?
It would be a whole.
It would be like another election.
Yeah, it would be like
To
an
impeach him.
election. Yeah.
Right.
Because
Wow.
we had
Okay.
And
Sorry,
unless
Dali,
you can prove him guilty of a
a crime.
how would it work? I don't know. It happens so rarely. I mean, I guess you would impeach him in front, probably the state legislature would have to hear an impeachment hearing, and there'd be like a mini trial.
Yeah.
I can actually tell you from
I
experience.
can tell you one thing for sure:
Oh,
the state legislatures, I personally know, they don't want to have anything to do with any of this. This is
I
like
bet.
it's like if you walked into a room and you saw your brother-in-law beating up your sister. You're just like, oh my God, I wish this wasn't happening, but I just do not want to be involved. I mean, this is not their normal job. Their normal job is they get paid money to pass laws for the people who pay the money. And this is a complete distraction from their normal economic environment. And
Bill
I
Hammer
guess
just
that's
said
how
that
it
he
works.
knows something that's happened that's similar. Was that Bill?
Yeah, no. So like what Andrew was just saying is exactly the way that it works. So like where I live, there was some corruption that happened at the local level, and the state actually stepped in because nothing was happening. Nobody was doing anything, and there was rampant spending that was going on, and also
it's completely inbred. So everybody knows everybody. So at the
Exactly.
local level, nothing ever happens.
Yeah, so the state had to step in and actually force. There was actually a recall done and all this stuff, and so was a forced new election, and the whole 9 yards. Like it was a huge deal. So yeah, but that's exactly how it's supposed to work with election.
But in this case, in South Carolina, even SLED, which is the state level, they're like the FBI
That's the
of
problem.
South Carolina, right? They're the state level they're corrupted.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem in this case, is that the corruption literally goes all the way from the top to the bottom.
In fact, the state level attorney general, if I remember, made an appearance in court.
And he
Yes.
talked about Miss Beckyboo.
He did.
too. About how she was so
Remember.
great.
It's not just a local, in the old school model, you elected local prosecutors and they had jurisdiction over crimes in your county or whatever your local jurisdiction was. It was very unusual to have a state level, the state attorney general, who's definitely an elected position, come in and take over the case or even contribute to the case or have any involvement in the case. They're not involved with all the aggravated assaults and murders and rapes and stuff that happen at the county level. They don't know anything about any of that. But because this is so high profile, the state attorney general came in. And I'm sorry, I think that's horrible because it adds an imprimatur of authority to the prosecution that would not otherwise exist, but for the fact this was a high profile case.
Correct. Yep.
Stray gifted an excited utterance membership. Thank you, Stray. Who got it? Oh, it's just Solomon get it. Solomon got the membership. Yay! That's so cool. Thank you, Stray. I know that's a really big deal for you to give to part with your money and give someone else a membership, and I really appreciate that. And it couldn't have gone to a more wonderful person. Thank you so much, and welcome, Solomon, to the crew. It's so good to have you here. And
Oh, Solomon.
Yeah.
He's a membership now.
Solomon,
Yeah, great.
thank you. And actually, Solomon, you know what? I haven't added the little logo, which I made, by the way. I made the Free Zachariah Anderson logo. I haven't added it to our emojis yet, and I will be doing that. I'll do that tonight. So, yes, I'm so glad that you're here with us, and you can start using your logo, as well as there is a Dali there in the emojis. There is a MLS. Branko, maybe I'll make one for you too, hey? Now that I'm starting to get more.
So in January, I have committed myself to doing a rewatch of the Zachary Anderson trial. So I've not seen it. I didn't watch it when it actually happened. I've been averse to commenting on it because I feel I'm only comfortable commenting on trials I've actually watched. I've told Solomon that I can't have a professional opinion on the trial that I haven't watched, but it's I told him that months ago, and I've not had the time. But in January, this next month,
that's incredible.
I'm gonna and I know other people are doing it too. So which they should do. I saw that on YouTube.
Everyone should.
You're gonna stream
everyone
it?
should do it. But I can only give my personal and professional opinion from what I see happening in the courtroom. So
you're streaming
I will, Solomon. I will be doing that in January. I'll be live streaming it. Yes.
Nice.
That's incredible. If you have any space on your panel at any point in time, I would love to join you.
Have you watched the trial already?
Of course.
So here's the difficulty I run into.
Oh, you don't want any spoilers?
Yes. So I feel like I need a tabula rasa look of the trial. You know what I mean? Because people who are long-term invested in this apparent travesty of justice, they've looked at stuff that happened before the trial, stuff that happened after the trial, stuff that was not discussed at the trial, and that's all meaningful. It's not that that doesn't matter, but it's not what the jury would be hearing. And so I like my initial cut to be, all right, what's happening in the courtroom? What's evidence being presented? What are the arguments being made? And then I'll adjust my opinion afterwards. But it gets really complicated. I mean, just think about it. If you're trying to incorporate stuff you can't really validate, like that happened before or happened after, or people say things and maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But I do know when I'm watching trial proceedings that there was some vetting, maybe not adequate, but so it's awkward because I would much prefer to rewatch the trial with all my friends.
And there's so many of us who watched
most
it.
of my friends have now, preconceived is the wrong word, but they have existing opinions about the trial, and I think that might bias my perception. So
absolutely. All right. Well, if there's anything we can do to help, we'll be in chat a lot.
I'm hoping I can burn through the review of the trial like in a week. Maybe a
with
week
Veilhammer. Veilhammer here, he's remastered the audio, made it much better.
Right. So I've been sent that link. I have that link. That's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, he's cut out the
and
breaks.
then I think the minute after I watch it clean, I'll have all my friends on, so we can discuss.
Yay! Awesome. Well, I hope I qualify as a friend. Now.
Of course.
Oh, yay! Awesome. And David,
all
are
that
you
BBC,
streaming shortly? Oh, look at that! Look at that! I'm not sure if that's on my channel or yours, but whatever it is, don't forget to donate to the Give Send Go. $8,000 by January is what is needed.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Irish.
What is that?
Thank you so much, Irish.
The Solomon's or
You're so
Zach's Give Send Go. They need to raise $8,000 by January.
Yeah. So I will say this, independent of the merits of the trial, appeals are very, very difficult, and they're very, very expensive, folks. If you care about Zach's conviction and you believe it was unjust, and you have anything like the means to contribute to a legal defense, you need to do it now. because there's no second tries. You get one shot, and the money matters. We'd all like to think we live in a world where the amount of money you can bring to your legal defense doesn't affect the justice you get.
Yeah.
But it does, folks. It does a lot. It does a lot. It's like saying the kind of house I can have is not affected by the kind of income I the mortgage I can pay. That's not how it works. The money matters a lot. So I know these are difficult economic times. Many people can't contribute, but if you have the means and you care about this issue, I would urge you to contribute sooner rather than later, because the guys, I can tell you, I mean, I don't know them, but I can project from my own experience. The lawyers working on Zach's defense, they're looking at those
Natalie
Wisco.
And the amount of money they have, the expert witnesses they can bring and hire. There's lots of decisions they're making based on the amount of resources they believe they have to bring to that appeal. And it makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. It's not a matter of, well, he's obviously innocent or he's obviously guilty. You may know that. I mean, Solomon may know that. But the system doesn't know that. The system is just a system. It's just like a cold-hearted steam era machine with gears and steam shooting out, and
just cranking out.
They don't give it doesn't give a crap about what the truth is. It cares about what you can execute in the criminal justice system. And the criminal justice system, the first word is system. It's a system. It's not about fairness. It's just the system. And the second word is criminal. And that is, it's best suited to dealing with criminals. It's not well suited to dealing with innocent people. So justice is just kind of an afterthought. So if you can contribute money to a cause you think is just, I would encourage you to do it now rather than later, because later may be too late.
Yeah.
There's sunshine thing on your face. EU.
There's what? Oh, sunshine
thing on your face.
I'll get rid of it.
I thought he said I had something on my face. I was like, that would be awkward.
I was just like, I'm set up to redirect to David, but David just said that he's not starting yet. And I'm like, why? Why aren't you starting yet? Is David decided to not start till later?
Okay, the Natalie Wisco is doing the appeal for Zach. So from the Rittenhouse trial.
So Natalie Wisco, who I've never met personally, but I've seen her legal performance. She is an outstanding attorney.
Yeah.
So he's blessed to have her as legal counsel, because I'm sorry to say it, folks, but there's a lot of shitty lawyers out there. Yeah. She's not one of them. She's really good. So he's very blessed to have her as legal counsel. And I can tell you, if Natalie was here in this stream, she would tell you that any resources you could provide her would be well put to his defense.
She needs the like 8,000 by the end of January for investigators, basically.
It's an unfortunate reality, the cost of litigation.
Yeah.
I say it a lot, like if you guys, sometimes I talked to my client the other day, and I said, I need text messages, right, from April all the way until current, and put them all in a PDF and organize them for me. Great. You can use that sort of like basic stuff. This is just like a very small microcosm of how it costs so much. But then you don't know what's important. You don't know what I'm seeing and how I'm framing the issue. So I need the time to read through them all and do that. Now imagine you have the same thing, but a 14-day trial. You have the same thing with the transcripts. You have the same.
What if you have to hire someone to go talk to all the neighbors in a neighborhood and see who saw something, if they saw something?
Yep.
Right? Now you're paying human beings who are well paid, human beings to go knock on doors. Yep. And if no one answers, they have to come back, right? They have to keep coming back until, I mean, these legal defenses can run into hundreds. The cases I consult on, it's very common for those, and they're normally killing trials. They're murder, manslaughter trials, but it's very common for them to incur a couple $100,000, a house of legal expenses before they get to trial. Yeah. Before they get to trial. That's how costly these things are. And of course, if you don't have the money, you don't spend the money because you don't have it.
It's value litigation, but make sure you have enough money to get some value from it. right?
Mm.
You know, I always say value litigation. The people that show up and, you know, even a case today I was fielding, my retainer is my retainer. And someone else said, well, this other guy's, you know, asking $200 down for a retainer. I was like, well, you're going to get
Good
the
luck.
value of that, right?
$200.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you're going to get $200 worth of value from that. It's just unfortunate the way it is. But if you have even $10 to spare, put it towards Zachariah Anderson and his Gives and Go. And
Absolutely.
I see it's in there. Or buy a shirt. You're going to spend $20, $25 on a shirt anyway.
The shirts are looking good at the moment,
Why?
people.
They are. I've got a couple of them. I don't have my mug with me.
Oh, you don't
But
have the mug. Yeah.
you know, buy that stuff and the proceeds then go to Zach's fund.
Or you can auction off Kicking Sal off Discord again.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
Yes. Or you can donate to giving David back his domain name.
Bronca, have you seen that?
No. What
Let's
happened?
look at it.
MakingLawSimple.com
Hang on. Let's see.
has been hijacked by Dali Talk, and it is now a Gravely fan page.
MakingLawSimple.com.
Well, no, it's a parody fan page.
Let me see. Dali, can you bring it up, please?
Oh yeah.
Yep, thank you.
I don't think it was hijacked. I think you were just too slow.
I didn't.
Yeah, you were too
Someone
slow.
else registered
You are
it
too slow.
and turned it into a Gravely. It's a mocking.
Listen,
page.
folks, it's an actual pain in the ass. I've had to do it because I start up new business ideas all the time, and I'm like, well, this sounds great, and then it gets traction. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I should call the PTO and file an actual trademark.
Celebrating Gravely and all of his
But they
accomplishments.
charge you money for that, and then you have
Yeah.
to maintain it, and it's quite expensive actually.
Yeah,
Putting
you
innocent
overlook
people
it.
in prison by letting felons and letting felons walk free. Yeah, the Gravely way. Yeah, so this is our making.
I think I've shown
lawsimple.com.
Bronca this before, but
Have you?
yeah, I
Have you
think
seen
Fat,
Bronco?
this fat. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, you know what? You did see it. On
So
Christmas tree.
bad. You know, we have positions in our society where if you. So in my 35 years practicing law, we normally had kind of old school guys in these jobs who were not politically motivated. They'd been in the legal profession forever. They were kind of if it was like the Catholic Church, I'd say they were like senior priests in the law, and they just wanted to do the right thing. But in the last 5-10 years, these positions have become hyper politicized, and so it's attracting really bad people into these slots that have unbelievable legal authority. So you put a bad person in a prosecutor's position, and he will utterly destroy your life. He will destroy your life as you know it. With no recourse. You can't sue him. He has absolute immunity from any kind of prosecution. And we designed these jobs, and we made them immune because traditionally we had kind of generally responsible people that we put in those slots. But now that we're putting political actors in those slots, I got to be honest, I think we need to change the rules.
Big time.
We can't let these psychos do this, because these people could select anybody on this panel or anybody in the chat and simply, I want to charge you with a crime. It's going to cost you $200,000 to defend yourself. You are effed. You're effed. Even if you get acquitted, you're out all the resources.
Did I hear that you're going to do a watch of the Zachariah Anderson trial?
Mm-hmm.
That's my intention in the month of
I'm
January.
really curious.
we're not
to get your
invited,
input after
David.
watching. No, that's fine.
We're not invited because we've seen it.
I want to talk to him after the fact. I don't need to watch it with him. I want to
No,
know what
that's
your thought is after watching the whole trial, because a lot of people have said, well, why didn't Zach do this and that? Why didn't his legal team do this and that during the trial? When the
I do want to hear that. I do want to hear that, but I don't want it to color my.
Yeah, no worries.
Right.
All I was going to say is
that's actually really good.
When the state was done, I thought they didn't need to do that. Maybe a couple of witnesses, and I want your opinion on who you think they could have called above what they actually did. But really, I
won't know, because if they didn't call him, I won't see him in the trial.
No. Who you thought would have been a good witness to have like on your retainer? kind of thing
For the defense?
For the defense, yeah.
Oh, you
Because
mean
I have
like the
some.
use of force, but it's not a self-defense
No,
case.
not a
I
use
mean,
of force. No, what I was
Right.
thinking was actually a DNA expert and a crime scene analyst in their back pocket on the defense end.
Yeah.
That's
They
what I
didn't-
would have thought would have been good 2 witnesses to have on their side. Other
Yeah.
than that, I thought they did a fine job, but I didn't think the case really had merit from the state side at all.
They did a
And of
fine
course,
job.
the standard is supposed to be that you're not convicted unless the state proves you guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. That's supposed to be the legal standard.
Supposed to.
It's not how we actually do it. The way we actually do it is if the jury kind of feels like, oh, I think he may have committed the crime, they convict
It's
you.
a feeling thing. I just got a
Right.
sense.
It's rethinking the 19th Amendment, man, just every day.
But no, I saw you were yelling at me because I delayed my stream. Well, because you and Baker were streaming, and I didn't know when you guys were done,
Aw.
and then I needed a nap because I drove my wife to the airport at 3 a.m. So
See, it's
took a
usually
nap.
the way around. Usually we put off streams because you're off.
So I was like, I'll push it back to 7.
turned.
I'll push
The
it back to
tables
7.
have
take a nap.
turned, David.
I know.
Isn't it interesting? And you know what? I have set up to redirect to you.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Me as well.
So they go from me to you, back to me.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I can't redirect to you because you're not streaming.
No,
I
you
could
can
go
still
now.
redirect.
I could redirect to you, but then everyone would be just dumped to a nothing stream. So that's like not going. So I'm thinking about redirecting to Aussie right now.
Yeah, I'll be going in like 42 minutes.
There you go.
42 minutes.
42
Yeah.
minutes. There we go.
So anyway, I might do that. Let me just set that up. Because I mean, I could. You guys all know that David's streaming at 7, right? Is it 7?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, 7.
Right. So
This stupid case out of Florida. Again, a case
That
that
is
should
nuts.
never have been brought. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I am so mad about that, and I will be watching David at 7 p.m. In fact, I even messaged David yesterday. I was like, when what is happening with that? Because he hadn't set a time for it yet, and I was like, when is it? Because A, I don't want to stream at the same time, but B, I really, really want to watch.
Do you want guests for that, David? Or
I mean, if you want to, I'm not opposed. I'm going to go through the indictment.
I won't take it personally if you don't. I'm not trying to pressure
Well,
you.
what my plan just doesn't really like entail guests, because I was going to read through the indictment, then I'm going to play the body cam. I'm going to say, does this match the indictment? And then
Is this the Steve Gosney case? Is this the
yes,
the suspect
fat
charged
cop?
with a murder because
Yes.
the cop died of a heart attack later? Right.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one.
yeah, that's this case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, listen, if you
This
want to
is-
guess, just send me a DM. But
Yeah,
if you don't, that's fine. I won't take it personally. Don't worry about it.
okay, no problem at
I
all.
will.
We're gonna do the I will send you a link, because we're gonna watch after that. We're gonna watch the competency hearing, and
Right,
which
that's
is
a new
fairly
thing,
interesting.
right?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had a little bit of a look at that because you posted it just
Which
without
one
any
is
commentary.
this?
Yeah,
It feels like the court's trying to find a escape valve for this guy, independent
Anyway.
of the prosecution. You know what I mean? Like
Correct.
the prosecution's just decided we're going to do this, and the court's like, all right, so the
Mark,
prosecution
could
has
you
its own
please-
authority, but if we can say the guy's not competent, then
But do
Yeah,
they
but when
have
we still-
do they have to hold him? That was my concern. Is do they have to hold him until they find him competent or essentially mentally incapable of existing in society?
you mean hold them like in
Yeah.
jail? For
Yeah.
they're going to hold them.
Well,
they're
yeah,
not
I
letting
mean
him
that's
go,
my thing.
for
Is
sure.
they're just constantly going to hold him. Right now, he's got no bond. I also have
But
a bond motion that I'm going to.
But where's
read
he-
through.
I mean, honestly, so this is maybe sounds horrible. I'm sorry if it does.
Where's
but
he going to go?
where's he going to go? I mean, he's basically, I presume he's an illegal immigrant with a poor mastery of English.
I think he's a
and
Mayan.
So, I mean, I think, being in jail for him might like being in a hotel. He's getting 3 meals a day. He's got a warm, safe place to live. And it's not that I would want him held there if it's not just, but
A friend?
I'm not sure it's the worst place he's ever been. It's
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
not.
it's not sunny Florida on the beaches. That's where they picked him up from. I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
you think he was really enjoying the beaches in Florida? I mean, I mean, listen,
it'll be
I wouldn't
interesting.
want him held there, of course. I mean, if he's
Yeah.
not guilty of any crime, he should be a free citizen and go about his way. But
Yeah, no, I'll send you a link.
Cool.
And alrighty.
Okay, so what we want to do is Dali and I are going to be continuing, obviously, with the Becky mails. There are many more Becky mails. What we've probably discovered today is that there are...
kind of streamline it more.
We need to streamline it a bit more. There are a bunch of sort of ancillary things in the Becky mail. So we're going to go through and luckily I have full access to Adobe Acrobat. So being a designer, I have full Creative Cloud. So therefore I have Acrobat in full and I can go through and just like take things out and move things around, all that kind of stuff. So it looks like I've got a little bit of work to do there. But Becky mails will be back, probably not tomorrow, maybe the day after. We're going to work out a really solid time slot for this. We're thinking evenings, probably around 6:30, maybe 7 p.m. on the evenings. We have decided not to run it during the court days because it's really hard to sort of slot in during the court days and everyone gets settled into watching court. So we're going to do evenings. David, Branka, Nick, if you're in chat, you're always welcome to join us. No pressure ever. But if you would like to come along, you're always welcome to join the Becky Mouse. We're also going to be doing some
look at his
flashbacks.
forehead. Oh my gosh.
Right?
There's a reason I wear that.
That's cute.
No, it's like, you know, when you see yourself on camera, it's not like you actually see yourself, right? Your mind has a different, like, I'm still 17 as far as my brain is concerned.
Yes,
like,
no, you're
oh
still
gosh.
17. You still got hair. In fact, that reminds me, Branka, I am going to be starting a weekly Photoshop stream, and people can come along.
I heard
and
you're
they
giving
can
me hair.
People can come and super chat me and get whatever they want done to themselves, and they can.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, you're fine then.
That's who I am. Yeah. No, it's a great idea. You should definitely do that.
All your fans can do it too. Like they can come along and go, oh, you know, well, Branka needs a little this and that. And I'm
Or
making,
your enemies.
Or your enemies. I'm making a big mural of a big courtroom, and people can put themselves in whatever position they would like. And it can be sexy positions if they want.
Any position,
or any position. Yeah, indeed. So big mural, and there'll be lots of defendants, and people can decide whether or not they want to be lead counsel or they want to be the judge. Or, but yeah, judge might cost a bit extra. We'll see. But I'm starting that. I haven't decided the time slot, but stay tuned. It will be a weekly thing. So yeah, that will be my weekly Photoshop stream. And the other cool thing about that is you get tips. So there will be lots of Photoshop tips and tricks to learn. I might even do a Canva stream that'll be similar. So that's all coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe. I am about to dump you all into Aussie's stream. So if you're in Dali's at the moment and you'd like to be redirected, you want to jump over. There's a link at the top of his chat. If you want to jump over into mine, you'll get over into Hayden's. And make sure that you say it's an EU raid. Make sure you say it, excited raid, because I'm new to this. This is my it's my second time redirecting, but it's my first time redirecting live. So, and I know it works.
How does that work? I'm sorry, but if I just stay here, do I automatically appear in someone else's stream? Or
no, you don't. You
don't
get your face over there. Unfortunately, that would be cool. Actually, that really would be cool. But
guess what, MFR? I'm here.
Yeah, hey, that would be cool. No, so. What's this? Can we get Branka giving a giant middle finger to the? Yes, we can. Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what?
Two of them.
If someone wants to give to the Give Send Go on my Photoshop stream,
good idea.
I will also be doing things. So it's not like you always have to give to me. You can give to the Give Send Go as well. Yeah. So I am going to be throwing you all over to Branka.
Oh,
not Branka.
Yes, Branka.
Hayden. Yes, Branka.
Branka. Oh.
What do you say?
All right, folks, I got to go. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming along.
Maybe I'll appear on the next stream. I don't know. I'll have to see. But my wife just got back, so I have to talk to her.
Whenever you can.
All right.
It's been lovely having you.
Guys.
Have a great day. Happy holidays. Mwah. Cool. And the other thing I did put up a minute ago is Stray was lovely enough to put David's link up for 7 p.m. Everybody, make sure once you finish saying hi to Hayden, that you then go over to David's stream. There's the link.
Well, you're talking long enough. I'm going to be streaming by the time you end the stream. I'm just saying.
No, I know. You know I'm a massive grifter. I am the worst. Okay, that's it. We'll say goodbye. And Dali, thank you for everything. Thank you for your lovely voices and for dual streaming with me. You're awesome. And Bill, you're amazing too. Make sure that all the links are there. Everyone's been wonderful. And it's time to say bye-bye. Yes, I know I talk too much.
It's okay.
Bye, everybody.
Can I end the stream?
No.
No, I want